We are,
Salam. Go ahead.
we are now live.
Salam Malikum with magic. And salutations to all. I am Donawoa Ami Sheps Ray, your host for today's 1 October 2023 Full Harvest Moon reading. Our moderator is Har Jed Sobek Ib Ray. And we begin with the reading of our pledge. Begin all acts, breathing and thinking by saying Kalum, parentheses all, by way of the infinity flame of the dwellers, enthroned in the flower of fire, by way of a universal traveler, dweller-emperor, space, Sam Hu, Amini-Ray, quote, Ade Lo Yi, end quote. Zen Uru, smiley face, the pledge of the Emperial and Imperial royal flags for the Emperial CMYE-IRK Republic for the country of United States, small s. As I stand beneath our sacred Emperial and Imperial royal flags, I vow loyalty and obedience as I watch them fly to the imperial laws of our Emperial and Imperial Constitution that governs our Emperial and Imperial Royal Empire. To this cause, I hold my head up high. With honor, I pledge to protect and defend all within the Emperial and Imperial Royal Kingdom, both family and friend, to ensure that all have their equal rights. To this cause, I will lay down my very life. As I stand beneath our sacred Emperial and Imperial royal and national flags, I vow loyalty, sincerity, and integrity with zeal. As I will, so mote it be, chant the enchantment, and it is done. Chant the enchantment, and it is done. Chant the enchantment, and it is done. Ashe, so be it. So it is. It definitely shall be, quote, Zen Uru, end quote. And power we shall have. Thank you. Eesh. Know thyself. Smiley face. On behalf of the Emperial CMYE-IRK Republic, quote, the oldest independent autonomous-autothon nation on earth, end quote. We welcome and thank you all for joining us for this full Harvest Moon reading series tonight. We continue to reflect on the fulfillment of the 70 plus 7 plus 4 week prophecy of H.E.M.'S journey. During our scheduled reading for this shadow hour of the, quote, 70 plus 7 plus 4 week timeline, end quote, there will be brief pauses between slides to allow Q&A, questions and answers. We ask that you keep your mics muted, videos off, and accolades, comments, concerns, or questions reserved until such time. Therefore, the following house rules shall be implemented. First, we ask that you speak clearly and respectfully when addressing His-Imperial Majesty. Next, for those logged into Zoom, we ask that you use the raised hand feature and wait for the host or moderator to call your appellation, parentheses, your name, prior to speaking. Next, please limit your questions to a maximum of 2, parentheses 2, and focus on the subject at hand to limit any confusion and allow others to present their questions. Also, please state your appellation, parentheses name, clearly before speaking your question. Thank you for your attention and cooperation. And now, I have the honor, the privilege, and the pleasure to present to you the universal traveler, dweller, the absolute royal sovereign, (space), his Imperial Majesty, Emperor, (space), Sam Hu, Amini Ray, quote, Ade Lo Yi, end quote. Salam Malikum with magic, Emperor.
Salam alaikum, magic. How y'all be?
Good, good, good.
Salam
Yourself?
alaikum with magic.
Salam alaikum with magic.
Salam alaikum with magic.
Salam
alaikum with magic, Emperor.
Y'all doing better tonight?
Better.
Yeah,
Yes,
better and better.
All right, let's get rolling.
Gratitude. I would like to acknowledge Her Imperial Royal Princess, Huhaika Samson-L. Salam Malikum with magic, Her Imperial Royal Princess.
Salam alaikum with magic.
Salam alaikum with magic.
Salam alaikum with magic.
Salam alaikum with magic.
Salam alaikum with
Royal
magic.
princess.
Salam alaikum with magic, princess.
Gratitude. We thank you for your presence. We now continue with the 70 plus 7 plus 4 prophecy fulfilled timeline. At this time, will the first Nama please take the mic? You have the floor.
All right. I'm Shuja Etual Hare. I will be your first reader for this evening. As we transition through these slides and review, these are the slides that we went through the last 2 nights, chronicling our different happenings and the different happenings that has happened in the Emperor's journey. Tonight we will begin in the month of September. All right, so just take in as we get to this month. All right. And we begin at September 2022. And we begin on the 8th. Buckingham Palace announced that the de facto Queen Elizabeth II died at age 96. Excuse me. And I'll start that again. Can I be seen?
Yes.
Yes. So I will start that again. On the 8th, hold on, y'all. Okay. On the 8th, Buckingham Palace announced that the de facto Queen Elizabeth II died at age 96 at Balmoral Castle in Scotland. She received a rainbow. She was descending 8 days, in parentheses 8 days later, a comet/asteroid 2022 QD1 appeared. Emperor confirmed the end of the curse that the de facto bloodline put on the royal family. Emperor came to the 8th month on his reign. These triple eights coincide with the 3 crowns. On the 9th, a new lunar mineral named Shangasite, Y in parentheses, was discovered by China's Beijing Research Institute of Uranium Geology. On the 10th, the harvest moon reached its fullness at 17 degrees of Pisces, viewed at 5:59 a.m. in parentheses Eastern Time. On the 12th, a 15,000-year-old ancient Mayan settlement dating between 250 to 600 AD was uncovered in central Belize by archaeologists from the Belize Archaeological Institute and IIUC in parentheses Heritage Daily. On the 12th.
Hey, go back one. Go back that slide. There wasn't no question.
My fault, Protector. Do we have any questions? Oh, I have one. Protector, can you explain, or rather just take us through the process of you receiving your double rainbows and then the queen having the one rainbow, which gave you 3 rainbows, and the 8s?
Well, that's just with the 8th marquee coming in, the 58, all that going around with the 8s, and I'm the 8, on the crown, if infinite energy 8, and then she died 8 days later after 31st. So I got two rainbows over the house when I was in during that time on my Earth Day, and then on her death day she got 1. So I'm ascending, she descending, because they stole what they did. So now that was a confirmation of what I said in January that went into effect in September. That to prove what I said was said and done. That's where was she at when she passed? Scotland, right? She left, couldn't leave, could she? You know what I'm saying? So some people thought she had left the country. No, Scotland is England. You feel me?
Host, we have a question in the chat. Can we ask a question? Emperor?
Say what?
We have a question in the chat.
Come on.
By Nanya Ami Amun. The question is, what is the importance of celestial occurrences as earthly events?
It's just confirmation of my status and the curse of King James that he put on the world, and lied to the world about the timing of the 4 and 30 curse that was done with that imprisonment or entrapment rather of my royal bloodline, and they attempted to steal it and write a story on it, and then put and they calculating the date by 1611. Mm-hmm. So they gave you the wrong date. So if they gave you the wrong date, that means they gave you the wrong teaching. So all the teaching they gave you in the Bible is fraud. It was people wonder why I can go and use the Bible and the Bible and do things and it work, but they go do it and it don't work, and they chanting every day. You feel me? So they're just showing you the power or the bloodline and the divine bloodline that's in my blood that they was attempting to hijack through murder, religion, and all that. You seen it. And so, so these timing and everything, when I said certain things, maybe you wasn't on the call in January when I 27, 28, and 29 when I said the affirmation and to free.
Emperor, you're muted at the moment, just in case you're speaking.
You hear me? I'm back. I hit the wrong button. And to free my great grandmother's soul. So y'all say y'all keepers, brothers keepers, sister keepers, and your parents passed, some of your friends passed, and everything. I'm able to go back 13 generations and free my ancestor. And I did it live. That was an impossible task that happened. So by me doing it at that level, they knew I broke the curtain. Because you can't have that. They ain't that type measure that don't exist on this side right now. So that's why I'm growing into who I am. So these are the steps me going to who I am. So these dates, the coming of this Christ God, the stories they wrote in Daniel, Revelation, I conquer all that this year within 600 days since I opened up the gates. So when you open up the gates of hell, you inherit that Daniel was 70 weeks. Because you don't got it when whoever they said would come in and open up the gates. And they said that was that Christ guy, keys of hell, you know. I came and did it with my energy and my breath. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Now it's recognized, observed, everybody know it now. That's why you hear everybody talking about the gates of hell open. Really? You ain't seen nothing yet. The party about to get started. Because I told you I'm coming to my seat. Well, if you understand who I am, well, I'm coming to my seat, whether you like it or not. If you're with me, fine. If you're not, well, I got 26,000 years waiting on you. I'm not here to play games. I come from the fire. So all this stuff is just verifying that I am the one. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you see I got an appointment, because I am the one. So I had to grow into that. I've been knowing it for years. Told family members about it, thought you were crazy. But now I'm ready. I'm comfortable with who I am, my bloodline. And not scared of nothing. So that's why it's attached to everything that we reading here and dealing with them, because they stole the royal bloodline, claimed to be royal. So that answers the question.
Most definitely did. Thank you so much, Emperor. We have a hand raised in the chat. Akiba Ray, you have your hand raised. You have the floor.
Salam alaikum with magic, Emperor. Can you talk about how the 3 8s coincide with the three crowns? Can I be heard?
You can be heard. Say it again, keep.
Okay. Can you talk about how the 3 8s coincide with 3 crowns?
Oh, coincide with 3 crowns. I don't know how they coincide. If 8 is my number on the royal crown. The other 2 crown is basically kind of England based, Spain based, because they drawing the royal crowns to them. So you look at the royal post, and if you look at CMYE crown, that's them drafted crowns. That's basically out on the market, but updating for us. But the Imperial Royal Crown, they ain't nothing like that one. That's all the 8 you need. That's 4. You got 8. You got 8 on each corner. I'll cut my light on in a minute so you can see it. But so yeah, I don't. It's 4. It's always 8 and 4 coming 4s. Always coming 4s. So that's what happened at the August last year, September. 8, 8, 8, 8, 4 8s. Because after she passed, the other 8 came, and I think there was a comment or something coming in. She came out of nowhere. They said across England 8 days later. So that would have them 4 8s. Y'all remember? Y'all remember that now? Rico.
Thanks.
So we was on the call, and I said they're the 4th 8 go. Remember? So that's where we at with that. Keep we good now?
Yes, we're good. Thanks.
Cool.
Thank you, Nina Akiba. Ray, we have another hand raised. Alan Sejourn, you have your hand raised. You have the floor.
Salam alaikum with magic, Emperor.
Right,
my question is there a set time you have to launching or setting sail for the ship?
No, that 10-year wonder, I didn't conquer that. I conquered that with the Constitution. Once you got that 10-year wonder done, it's on you. But even if you look at the 10-year wonder that they all work upon, you got So who got the mic on? Oh, they can't hear me. Oh no, I'm good. I mean, I have a mic off. I thought y'all said they can hear me. She said they can't hear me. Oh, okay, my bad. What was that? Well, she threw me off. What was the question again, brother?
Oh, the question was, is there a set time that we have to launching the ship?
Oh, okay, yeah. It's the ship is already in motion. The ship been in motion since full faith credit. Okay, it's just it can never stop. It's in motion. Once we got the apostille one, you got to stay. That's your dock day. Now you've seen the state evolve from one state that got that Chief Black Eagle didn't authenticate the seat, didn't systematize, he dropped the Constitution, but he didn't revise it for the government. So that didn't systematize the state. So now so we had to continue growing, but we were moving the whole while because you recognize. So you've been recognized since 2004. So but there was all that confusion back then with all the clubs out there on the market claiming they had this and that, but running the apostille process everybody was tripping on. To this day, birth certificate, that crap they doing. All that stuff started way back there. There ain't nothing new. You can't say they're trying to flame that's the old stuff to us. But in that authenticated process, we went through the same process everybody else did. But when they got to the State Department, it's explained in Declaration, Emperial CMYE-IRK Declaration, that's online, you can read it. It explains that General Powell, or Secretary of State Powell at that time, peace be up, well, I'm gonna raise him too. Well, peace be up, peace be with him, peace be unto him. On that level for y'all, he asked the Deputy Secretary of State, was we on record? You feel me? So well, we on record. Come on, y'all. Well, we on record. So they can decide on you get 2 or 1. You feel me? So that's the question. When all the other cats you see out here, the birth certificate process, everybody doing, all these people doing, because they're coming over here with their nationality, so I know it's out there on the market. And I'm, okay, that's number 2. So that's why I say it's so across the board. Jersey, all them run up there because they figured out apostille process, what we did 20 years ago. But we got to stay. We didn't need to authenticate our organization because if you really understand authentication, if you got Jersey or somebody authenticate your organization, well, you gave them control, the state control over you. You ain't got nothing because you ain't got no venue. You can't operate outside the state's constitution. And so, in our sense, we create a sovereign state, a republic, or a sovereign state at the time. And that's why I always call him General Powell. That's why General Powell asked was, we on record? And the Deputy Secretary of State said, yeah, they on record. There's a Khufu Ranu Z Samsonale Thunderfire versus the United States Post Office. I was recognized at that time as a foreign national of his own country, a diplomat from his own state, and he's suing the United States Post Service on behalf of Darius Todd Sampson, who they contracted with for employment. See, that we didn't know it was going that high. We didn't know that. We were just filing the case because they came out there that 10-year crap and that fraudulent warrant they came up with. We were fighting the case the way we seen fit, not using their attorneys. So that's why when everything we sent in, we didn't know it was going through the State Department. We had no clue until we got word of what they said. And I said, oh, okay. So by me being at the State Department in that official capacity as a chief of United Washington Delmania and a deputy consul, secure party for his own government, Yemen's Native American government, with that authentication, you gave a royal prince or sovereign prince at that time. Been a royal prince all my life, but growing, a sovereign prince at that time, you gave that signature, his family signature, you gave that full faith credit. Unbeknown to what they really did. So, so like I told you, when Miller came around, we were working with him. He the one that came and clarified a lot of stuff. My brother Tucker Bay, he taught us a lot, as L. But the real stuff came from David Miller. See, so because when they recommissioned the 48 Star flag, David Miller went over to Geneva trying to claim the 48 Star flag the way he did the 50 Star flag. And that's when the head told him and nobody else come get it. No black, no white, no Indian, no nigger, nobody come touch that but the Moor. Because the United States only that on that 48 Star flag go. So by them recommissioning it, that let you know I got to go right there. But will everybody on the market supposed to know that? No. I know it because I'm the one writing paperwork. I'm the one moving it. You hear other people that are trying to attach themselves to it and claim all this old Morse crap, they Maxim and all that, Saxon, Maxim, all that stuff they teaching. That's good history. That's cool. Because it's ours. It don't belong to the Moorish Americans. It don't belong to the African Americans. It don't belong to the United States government. It belongs to everybody because it's our damn story. So you can go do all the research you want, but we have our own university where we dock all our stories at now, so they can never be written or overwritten or rewritten by some foreign entity that don't have us in the best interest. You feel me? So that's where we're at now. That help you out a little bit?
Yes, that helped out greatly. I have another question if I can ask. What are the difficulties you find yourself facing now at this point, educating and getting people to learn how to move government and set up the shit?
Well, that's also to finish out your other question. Okay, so in that process I told you about, there's a 10-year window. United States government work on 10-year window. So within that first 10-year window, that was the embassy named my government via mine for embassy. And I established Constitution. So you're saying time limit. So once we beat that time limit, and I told y'all to know in 14, what Obama and the de facto Queen of England wasn't seeing the Pope to solidify my status and the Constitution. It didn't carry another 10-year window. But in growing yourself, you want to give you a 5-year window or a 10-year window. You feel me? So that next 10-year window from 3rd April 2014 to 3rd April 2024, look where you at within that 10-year window. Because they wrote in 2014, governments all over the world. I was told at least 50,000 copies of my Imperial Constitution written by the Pentagon. I was told 100,000 copies were printed for the British Crown. And I was also told that 150 to 200,000 copies of the Imperial Constitution was printed by the Vatican. Exactly the way I sent it to them. So that they all can send whoever they need to send it to who's getting that copy. They can see, generals and everybody can see what's coming. So I'm way outside a lot of y'all thinking when you see how serious and established this government is. So I'm saying, so they wrote what? They wrote a 10-year policy. They wrote a 20-year policy. You feel me? They wrote a 50-year policy, and they wrote a 100-year policy. You feel me? So in that first 10 years, okay, we ain't got there yet. So they saying where he at right now in 14, where is he going to be in 2024? So they got all kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so the way we moving, we came in and shook all that because they can't predict who we are because we writing our own story. See, so as we finally coming out and solidifying the different appellation of the government and my office, because you can't correct. Because we learned in the amnesty days, you can't make them type of mistakes when that de facto board down in Georgia put on record my IRK embassy when it's supposed to be my Iraq embassy. And then putting on the official seal 21593, that's under our jurisdiction based on the treaty, but we got our own number, 208-1992. That's the United Arab Nation War Constitution. They got dropped in 92. So you got two numbers already that you inherit and you own them now. So you got all that coming. Okay, it took them 50 years. Okay, I'm rolling 3 countries. I took over 3 countries. I took over a country, a nation, and a couple states in less than 20 years. And now I'm on the record, on the world scene, recognized as His Majesty. Now, I was born just like you were. I had the birth certificate and all that, just like you got. I got all that. You know what I'm saying? But I was able to step and go outside of that zone. You feel me? So to go outside that zone, to become a foreign nation in your own country, didn't have no dictionary, didn't have no book, didn't have nothing. Had to create every step of the way. So time limit, how can you put a time on something that ain't been around for over 430 years? You taught them government, so you shouldn't be hard for you to learn government because you got a good template. You just got to learn how to be the sovereign over your being, yourself, your blood, your Raul, your soul. Know thyself so you can move your ship. So in that time, we can go tomorrow if everybody know what you're doing. I can go next week. Go whenever. Been saying that. But by myself, well, I cut that out back in 07. So because you got to have national to run your ship. So it's the attachment that they got to the other side that they have issues with. The ego-ness of not listening, saying they listen but don't listen, saying they learning but not learning. That ego that's slowing the ship down because they focus on everything that's already written. They should be able to turn it like they're doing now so they can learn how to run their own ship. But you done came from so many different areas over there on their side. You know what I'm saying? Now, you can't really see how to free yourself. But that's why I got a whole system set up. And so we done went through maybe 3 tests since I opened the doors last 2021. But I wasn't gonna open up like that. But I did to see what was coming on the ship. And even though we got like a couple hundred, I already told them what the number was. They'll probably hang on to where we at now. And I'm perfect. Because I knew a lot of people was coming because of their emotions. A lot of people because they had security issues. A lot of them coming because, a lot of them jumped on because it was a new thing. They didn't understand nothing about the damn ship or what I was talking. Try to compare us to Philly crew, enforce the Constitution, Moorish Americans, Christians, Jews, Muslims, Nubians, Sabians. They tried to test everything because they just couldn't see my dance. I had to be under one of them. they're all my teachers, my brothers. But ain't nobody I ain't following no damn man. I zip my pants up every damn day. So at the end of that breath, I gotta account for me. You feel me? So all that's just like Chief Black Eagle said, knowledge for everything if you know how to use it. That's why I'm not looking for no followers over here. You feel me? You got a lot of them so used to being followers. I just want to jump on the ship. For what? You think you're gonna be on a roller coaster? No, you gotta learn. That's why the doors ain't open. Because I ain't got time to dock 100,000, 1,000 people because they want to get away from America, they want to get away from this, they want to get away from that, they want to get away from welfare, they want to get away from all that bullcrap that ain't got nothing to do with me. Ain't got a damn thing to do with me. So I came here I got my own ship. So if you fit to get on this seat or your seat, you fit that seat to get on the ship, I ain't got no problem with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm no problem. They all tell you. But 99.9% of the time people on this ship, they got off because they lack of knowledge. or lack of understanding, or their arrogance, or their madness, or they want certain things. They want favoritism. They want this. They want that. You be amazed. That's why I say I could never do this again. First time, shame on you. Second time, shame on me. So that's why I said now the system got to get set up perfectly before I let anybody else on. You know, so you can move. We just ain't got time to keep babysitting, going back and forth, question 1 week. I said I ain't Chief Black Eagle. You feel me? He taught for 30 years. 1 week you get the same question, next week you get the same damn question. Week out there, then he got to come write a damn book. Because every damn week they'll ask a question about what? Religion. I'm like, we were like, you can't even get out of religion. So you see, so look at all that damage out there. More Samaritan, more Science Temple, New Orleans, Christian church, Christian black, all that. Look how much abuse that's out there on the people from the government and their own people. But so they want to bring all that over here that slows up the ship. So I can't slow up the ship because the ship moving, it's a live ship. So if you fit, they'll tell you, or the ship gonna get you off. I ain't got time to work with you. It's a live ship. So that timing you say, little brother, appreciate the question. You can have it as soon as possible. You already out there on the market. You already got full vendor credit. You don't have to ask them anything. You already got it. I have people ask me, yo, I go do this, you gotta do this again. For what? You want me to go re-get full vendor credit? You sound stupid. You feel me? So, you know, that's how they look at you, because you done did something outside their leader, or somebody they admire, or somebody they worship. You know, how you do it and they didn't do it. You know, this person got millions of dollars, this person got all this and that, and because they came along in their time and did what they were programmed to do. I came along in my time and did what I had to do. I had to find freedom because they wasn't nobody out to hide. And I couldn't become me who I am now, you see, dweller. I couldn't manifest myself. Why? Because I was trapped everywhere I went. From born till I did what I did. And I refused to submit to them niggas. And all of them niggas, nigga, they ignorant. They come try to claim my damn soul. You gotta be a nigga, ignorant person in the world. You feel me? So that's how I come. That's me. And I've been that way. I don't care if you're Christian, whoever. I deal with you. I read your book. Because you can't understand your book, I'm not gonna be confused. I'm not accepting nothing you bring in. I don't need your worries. I don't need nothing from you. Don't want nothing from you. And that's why you got people all the time trying to bring to cross ship all that misery. Misery love company. Well, I need different mess from the state. Got time for no damn misery. That's why we're going to certain courses, all that kind of stuff to help you learn how to use your heart, your right side of your brain, so that you can get that creative side and stop bringing that left side of your brain, that competitive side. I'm like, what's the compete? You feel me? I came and reset it. You can never take my seat. Well, you go look at the movie, somebody always trying to kill the emperor, bringing somebody that they want to rule and all that kind of crap. So I settled all that bull crap. So we can move. We ain't got time to play games. That makes sense to everybody? We good?
Indeed.
Yes. Thank you for your wisdom, Protector. I yield.
Cool.
Thank you, Alan Sejuan. Protector, we have no questions in the chat, nor on YouTube at the moment.
Do you have no almost what we getting? We do. What you get? You're gonna get to
Nani Shuja?
All right. As we continue through September, on the 12th, the James Webb Space Telescope revealed its first photos of the Orion Nebula, which is located in the Orion constellation. And you can find that on site.org. On the 15th, Imperial and Imperial Diplomatic Mission - Diplomatic Note - 0003Z, Tuesday, 15 September 2020, 2-year anniversary. On the 25th through the 28th, Christians eagerly waited to be caught up in the rapture. In parentheses, no rapture, Christians are still here. Close parentheses. On the 28th, in and around.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Now, what rapture that made? That was about, what's that, the third one? So far, they
That's
like, what's that, third or fourth one, right?
Yes.
Why they keep moving it?
Because they're not satisfied. See, they're getting all the signs, but Jesus ain't showing up. They watching the signs, but Jesus ain't showing up. You hear him every day. We hope we're gonna lead tonight, y'all. We hope we're gonna get picked up, y'all. Believe in Jesus. Make Jesus your savior. Believe in God today. All that bullshit. You feel me? And they keep selling it. You know, you see people lonely. Oh, I need God. Well, okay, well, I hope you find him. I hope when you find him, I hope he do something for you. Outside of that, the only help you're gonna get is in your damn hand. You feel me? Now I know y'all heard that before, right?
Yes.
So these people out there getting on to that religion and stuff, that believe in that crap, they're gonna sit back and think for a second, and they're gonna say, you know, he said, I want to help you gonna get it in your hand. Then they're gonna realize that, you know, that's so damn true. Because I gotta pay the preacher from your hand. You feel me? he ain't giving you nothing but a word that ain't got no meaning. You know, they got hope, but hope ain't got no strategy. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't no strategy in that mass they teaching. So we don't leave it alone. But nobody in what, third, fourth rapture this year?
Yeah. Yeah, that's just in 2022, right?
I know, right? That's why I said that's what make sure we keep up, right?
All right.
And then, Emperor, the Bible says that it's going to come as a thief in the night. Everybody's supposed to be caught by surprise. So I don't see why people keep, setting a date for this thing to happen.
No, I don't think that's proper. Because I heard that. I haven't heard that way, like the rapture, you come like a thief in the night. That's a whole nother. That's another vibe. But the rapture one, like you gonna get picked up in like a thief in the night. Am I on point here, y'all, or am I off a little bit here?
His coming was like a thief in the night because it says no man knew the day nor the hour, not even the Son of Man. So when we look at you, remember you had. I
don't know, y'all with me? I'm going right into it because I don't know.
You have to grow into it, right? You didn't know certain things. You only picked up certain things as you grew. The elders was only able to give you tidbits, not in full. You feel me? So you have to grow. You didn't know. You feel me? So that part is like a thief in the night because you here and a lot of people still don't see your light. And your light is something that shines brighter than all the lights we've ever had thus far. Feel me? So
yeah, I know. I'm with you. I'm witnessing it with you. Kind of amazing to me, you know what I mean?
Right.
Anything else? We good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, yeah, so I think that was a little off this, sis. You know, that's a little bit, but thief in the night. Because we went to that like when we came through and got the apple still. You feel me? You know what I mean? We came like a thief in the night. Nobody seen us coming. See, all them people out there, you call organizations, all that stuff out there on the market, they get the State Department 50, 100, sometimes 200 damn pages of bullshit. I mean, just ink, strategy, all this security, bond, build, all. You see all that crap they got out there? They got it on squeal. That's why I'm like, it's so stupid. Like, you got to be really ignorant to fall into that crap. You know what I'm saying? So what we did was what? We only gave them one sheet of paper. Matter of fact, it was just one paragraph. You see? That's called coming like a thief in the night, right? See, because they see your government, they only see one little paragraph. You went right on through, you see? But then they check you got a co-signer that's a chief recognized at the State Department and the post office because based on my nationality, so I sent it to them. Y'all gotta realize this ain't no new game. I sent them everything. It's inside the declaration. January 3rd, 2003. That's when I sent them security agreement. June, I think it was, when I sent them my nationality. See, I mean, so you gotta see, I mean, it wasn't like they just lost. No, I sent them contracts that they failed to honor, and they thought they were gonna trap me in the court so they can win. and they got a rude awakening. You feel me? To the point where they lost all their sovereignty. So as I move this ship out, their sovereignty diminished. So, that thief in the night, you feel me? That's how, that's how we lived that back then, you feel me? And how we look at it now, really. But the way we came in, you know what I'm saying? Georgia and everything, you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
All right, we good?
We're good.
Yeah, we're
I
good.
hurt my feelings on that one. I got a bunch of papers upstairs to shred, and you said you went in there with one paper with one paragraph. Damn. It's a bunch of crap.
Well, that's why I told you when I seen that filing for that bull. I mean, that's why we came together as the Minor Effect Embassy back today. And even though I done cursed and passed hell through hell, in and out of hell, that de facto chief down the way he came at me, I still get credit. I got to get credit where credit due. He was just a genius in writing contracts. He used to write contracts for Salvation Army up there in Philly. So he knew the least is best. We all had a chance to fill out on what we want to do, how we want to run it. And he looked at all of them because he had that thought at the time. He said, no, you give him too much information. So you got to talk the way you move it, see? He said, what? In that paragraph said, our nationals or our diplomats is being inconvenienced by your authorities based on ignorance, in other words. And they want to control a sovereign who we are, you see? That's all. So that way you can set it up any way you want. So that way, if the chief, if he would have did what he had to do, he could did what he, systematized in his genius the way he is, it would have been beyond his world. But since he didn't, you think we're gonna let the state descend and dissolve? We'll never get it again.
True.
And it'll be 30, 40 years when you find out what really happened, like Drew Ali said, right?
Right.
Then when 30, 40 years, halfway you're dead and gone by now, and then the young people are like, damn, they had a state and they fucked up. You feel me? Same thing y'all saying about Drew Ali, you feel me?
Right.
He said it take you 50 years to realize what he did for you. It's been over 80, 90 years, they still ain't figured out what the hell he did for them. You know what I'm saying? They can't be 50 more, so we keep around at 100 now, right?
Right.
1929, shit, we close to 150, right? And what I do, I came along and did it myself.
Right.
That's right.
They not spitting it like that anyway. It doesn't matter what they had. They didn't come like this. So it wasn't gonna go nowhere, no way. Nobody's talking.
They were trying to steal another man's dynasty. They were trying to. That's what they attempted to do. Same thing. The same thing Britain did to my family. They was attempting to do that shit in the 1920s to Drew Ali and his family. You remember they told you the story? He had let know who his mom and daddy was, because he didn't want to worship him like Mary and Joseph, right? So that showed you the mindset of the people he was dealing with. See. So like I teach everybody, when you studying this type of stuff, you got to put your mind back in that day and time. You can't bring that day and time up now. You got to go back then. So you grasp the feeling and everything that's going on. You feel me? So you won't be like Michael said, get bamboozled. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
I give him that credit because he just realized that a Muslim was all black, and that Muslim could be in color, and he felt like Nation Islam bamboozled the Nation Islam. You know what I'm saying? That was at that level. But my bamboozle I'm talking about is a whole nother level. You feel me?
Right. They can't get past the venue. Not having a venue, they can't get past.
That's why everybody missed. You start to see it now, don't you? Had all that great leaders, but they didn't have what? They didn't have the knowledge at that time to even think about doing what? Creating their own. They just get away from them. You know what I'm saying? Why you hate me? You don't like me? You know what I'm saying? You welfare me. You killed my ancestors. And now you got your own thing. You were never welcome. You was always accepted as a second-class citizen. You classified as an ape in the book. You ain't got, so you trying to keep fighting that stereotype. You know what I'm saying? Then they give you these role models that with Uncle Tom, and they get nothing out of life no way, but a longer funeral. You feel me? So it's like it's a story keeping getting over and over again, and it's high time for that shit to end. You feel me?
Right.
It ain't got no venue. It ain't got no venue in it. Why is it for you? Jesus, just us. Come on, y'all, wake up. Going to court. You know what I'm saying? In complete trust. Because if you think half them niggas out there believing that crap, that's just a show. You feel me? I don't know none of them. That's my royal family. You feel me? I claim my damn seat, and I'm gonna tell you straight up, I don't know none of them. They say they claim, like you said, I'm just like that's like the book said. They claim to know me. No, they claim to know my damn family. You know what I'm saying? I don't know none of them. You know what I'm saying? Hell with them. You want to keep, because that's why I told you it's got to get burnt out of you. You see how long? You see what spells do? You see what magic do to people? A whole damn world. I gotta come along, burn you in hell for 26,000 years. Your spirit. That make the earth complete cycle, the sun complete cycle around its cycle, to burn this madness out that's in our zone, where you got a perception that you got some damn royal family that can't save their damn self. You feel me? When you got a more authority than them to save yourself. We get some messed up times, right?
Sure.
You all right now? We cool?
We good. We good.
Yes.
Emperor, there's a comment in the chat from Reginald Collier, L777, to make it. He said here, to me, it seems like the evil beings are always worried and waiting to get caught in their lies, and the true ones walk small with a big stick. That's a comment from Reginald Collier. We also have a hand raised in the chat. Aaron Duamatef, you have the floor.
You see what Remy do?
Something like a magic, Emperor.
Come on.
Can I be heard? Something like a magic, Emperor.
I'm here.
This is brother Aaron Asaro of WTF. And speaking on that whole issue with all of the religions trying to be martyrs, they try to come out and try to sabotage and supplant different, they try to subject the people. In other words, it's just to try to keep them in some kind of bondage. But my statement is, at the same time while they talking all that crap, they never, ever, ever touch the contract and never try to get you out of the system. Like you said, it says, like as an example, Nation of Islam, but you're not a nation, you're an organization with the status. Why nobody never touched the issue of status when it came to that?
Because they contract out. Because you got to realize that I got you. It's like I had a brother around me back in the day, smart little young man. Got taught in the Navy, speed reading, all that stuff. And he said, because I wasn't moving fast enough, and they thought the whole government was to get Chief Black Eagle, and I was the one saying the government is bigger than Chief Black Eagle. So they want to move so fast, and you tell them move on. You feel me? So in the anger in that venue, they get ready to jump on, getting away from me. They state that they wish they was around when we signed the contract, right? Because if they were around when we signed the contract, we done had Doc, we done did this, we did that, because they thought they were that damn smart, right?
Right.
And I looked at that brother and I said, to me, that dissed me, because now you challenging my damn seat. You feel me? Because he already challenged y'all. He already challenged y'all national flag. He was one of them brothers, them niggas get me here and said he was over the national flag. I'm like, that's everybody's national flag, boy. you know, like you got to come through him. I'm like, check this nigga out, you know. So his name, I know, his name not mentioned because when you mention certain people's names, you give them energy. So his name ain't mentioned. You feel me? So a lot of times you gotta be careful with that because you mention their name, you give them energy. So you don't like nobody, don't mention their name. You know what I'm saying? You know. So I asked him. I said, so let me ask you a question then. He said, go ahead. He said, what you got? I said, so where was you? You know, 20 June 2003. You know, he went his head there. He want speed reading nigga. You know, memory power. You know all that stuff. Navy taught you how to be smart. You feel me? And so he said, oh, I was going through a divorce. I said, see, that's exactly what monkey ass was supposed to be doing on 20 June 2003 is going through your divorce. You feel me? So accept it because you weren't supposed to be where I was when we signed the creed. So just to have that ego, you see what I'm saying? So that's what you gotta, you know, you see that you got all these smart genie ass niggas don't know nothing. That's why Chief like he said back in the day, they're so smart, they dumb. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, because they think they know so much, you ain't got no salvation, none of it. You got folk walking around here right now calling themselves Hemotel. You remember? You know? Hotel. Yeah. You know, back in the day, we was like, no more hotels.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, no more hotels. You know what I'm saying? So you got these guys say they Hemotel. I'm like, do you know who Hemotel was? Oh, he's the master sound magic, this and that. Oh, yes. So you feel like you got that same character and you can't get outside the queen? Nigga, shut up.
Right.
So you got to deal with that madness. You feel me? So that's why I came and did what? I gave him honor. So I said Emperial IIEHU University. And his seal, his picture is sitting in there, right? And his image is inside the shield in the pyramid, but each corner is not locked in because you can't lock their energy. You feel me? So now if you want to be a Hemotel, well, we got a university that's going to train you how to do what? To become a Hemotel. Not to walk around with appellation that you think you Hemotel. Starting to feel me?
So I can't wait.
You starting to get me? You got the guys that want to be Anu. You got guys that call themselves a Saru. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like I'm a pharaoh. You got all that crap out there on the market. Ain't got a pot poppy out of Winter Thorpe. You know, that came Clint. Y'all know that, right? South County, all right? so because they don't understand contract at all. And they want to play these games with people, their girlfriends, their wives, and all that crap. And, you know, and embarrass yourself. Being real with you. But I yield. Come on.
I just don't get it how they could talk all of that. These so-called scholars out here. I won't say no names.
You don't. That ain't your journey. See, it says no. It says listen. At the beginning of the door, when you start your travels, it says know thyself. Peekaboo. At the end of that trail, it says what? Know thyself. So you're talking outside of self. See, that's outside our venue. You got to talk self. Because whatever they don't have no meaning over here. Because of the system that's set up. That's not my system. We have our own system. You have a live ship with a live flag and a live emperor. So they don't mean nothing. So that attachment, you see how hard it is to release. Because you got to realize that if that hard to release, you was that involved when you got in, you know, when you got into the church thing or Muslim thing or Islam thing or Chief Black Eagle thing. You got immersed in it and you didn't realize that it ain't no, you know, so that's why I say you got to let that stuff go. That's why we just packed it in the book, put it in the box, put a ribbon on it, say return to center, RTS.
I know that's right. I know that.
And every time that somebody say something, you like, I RTS that shit. You want to find Jesus? RTS. You gonna be a monk? We can live forever. RTS. You want to be a Buddha? RTS. Communist? RTS. You feel me?
Yep. They acting just like the colonizers. They come and they give you the book and let you practice their religion while they take your freedom. You understand what I'm saying? So every time you get involved with any one of these people, they give you the religion side and you still don't get free. You still don't get out from under the contract that you under. The very simple one is right in front of your face. They never touch it. Now that's enough to make you want to burn it out of them. So that's why I'm glad that
that's what I'm saying. You see what I told y'all? See what he doing? He coming in want us to accept his misery. And I just told him leave that shit alone, but he couldn't leave it alone. See? He won't take up the floor again and share some more of his bullshit. See, I ain't the one, dog. That's why I say write a book. I don't want. We got another show. I don't want all that shit. That's your misery. I don't want none of it.
Right.
You feel me? I mean, pet your head. Get back. Come on, let's get it, man. Come on, let's go.
Okay, I yield. That's all I got, Emperor. I yield.
I'm so glad that's all you got, because I ain't want no more of that shit. Come on, man. We have fun. I told you I got a good 70 weeks, man. Y'all should wake up. Let's go. Come on.
Okay, we have no questions in the chat nor on YouTube. Then Shujaa.
So as we continue on, the second 28 in and around 28 September 1985, His Imperial Majesty encountered an IFO which beamed down light and showed him the Challenger space shuttle disaster, in quotations, that happened on 28 September 1986, a year later, which happened on the 28th September 1986, a year later, 36-year anniversary. All right. Then we have the 28th again. Hurricane Ian made landfall near Cayo Costa, Florida, as a Category 4 storm with sustained winds of 150 miles per hour. On the 30th, USPS granted permission to the DeKalb County Police to conduct a false warrant or false arrest of the Deputy Consul / Sovereign Prince, in parentheses, His Imperial Majesty, close parentheses, on postal property, in parentheses, sovereign territory, close parentheses, in 2003, 19-year anniversary, remembrance, in parentheses. And then on the 30th, Hurricane Ian moved into South Carolina as a Category 1. You got any questions? Any other questions, comments on this particular slide?
No questions at the moment, then Shujaa. Thank you.
So then we come to the month of October.
Well, go back 1 second. Let's go back 1 second. Make sure we clear this up, Shujaa. Because I was looking, I was just, watching, listening, and I was like, okay, let's see if there's anything who we need to touch base on. All right, that's good with Orion. James Well, that's interesting. Mission. What was this on the mission? Diplomatic note? 003Z. September 2020. I remember that now. And then Christmas, Christian Rapture. Is that that's the same Rapture we were talking about a while ago, right?
Yeah.
The third one? Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
All right, here we go. Okay, then we got Hurricane John. I remember that. Can't kind of what based. What was this last one here? Oh, you talking about with that false arrest?
Yeah.
Nobody has no questions on that one?
Well, you kind of went over it a few times now.
Oh, with that? No, not that one. No, you guys granted permission to the DeKalb County Police to negotiate. No, what happened was a false arrest. Yeah, I can get you on that because it's federal property. Okay, so let's get that straight. Okay, so what happened is that if you are a federal employee, Well, like with the Postal Service, okay, you have union to represent you, and then you have postal inspectors, and then you have marshals. Okay, so that's contract you under. Okay, so when they allowed DeKalb County, that listen, DeKalb, North Metro's in Gwinnett, so they allowed Gwinnett County, allowed DeKalb County to come into their jurisdiction, come on federal property, and execute a false arrest warrant on a sovereign national that has informed his employer of the urgent situation and the dire situation there, and the United States Post Office agreed that this foreign national in his own country, Khufu Ranu Z. Samsonell, could come and do business as Darius Tar Sampson on federal property under the United States Postal Service, as long as he abide by the rules and regulations. So now the question comes, so why didn't they just wait till I left the Postal Service property to arrest Darius? Because they had no damn jurisdiction. So y'all missed that whole point. See, because outside of the post office, that was only where Darius can do business. You feel me? Okay. When I left the post office, like I am now, I operate as who I am in my own contract. Been doing it ever since I created it. You see, so they couldn't touch me. Only way they can touch Darius was at the post office, because they had a contract with the post office, and they didn't know the post office already agreed that the secure party, chief, Thunderfire, all that could come and do business as Darius Tar Sampson, as long as he abide by the rules and regulations. But see, Darius Tar Sampson didn't violate no rules and regulations of the Post Service. See what I'm saying? They agreed to allow DeKalb County to come in and arrest this Sampson guy because they didn't like the way he was attached to this York guy, and then he went into court for York on the 30th of June. You know what I'm saying? That's federal record. And shut the whole damn court down till they had to move the case to Brunswick, because this boy was a part of the whole damn state. So y'all don't look at all that, because see, June 30th, when I went into court for Chief Black Eagle, September the 30th, yesterday, is the 20th year of that situation. So they came 90 days since, remember, June 30th, July 30th, August 30th, September 30th. They came with this false arrest on 30 September, claiming that Darius Tar Sampson embezzled or tried to hustle some nigga out of $5,000 named John O'Neill, who didn't have a social security card. He didn't have no birth certificate. That nigga didn't exist. So you're going to go get a judge to sign a completely fake warrant, arrest warrant, and then you're going to allow DeKalb County to execute that arrest warrant, come into another county on federal property, about 20 of them niggas, maybe 30, okay? And then, and trying to embarrass you to walk you through the whole plant, like, you done fucked up, you feel me? So they don't know, I know that my boy who was standing behind the postal inspector was on the conveyor belt, they said, that man got a contract. So whatever they doing, they better win that case. But if they don't win that case, he on the post office. You see how big that thing was? Postal inspectors didn't touch me. The marshal, U.S. Marshals didn't touch me. DeKalb County Office of Inspector General executed that bullshit warrant. And I remember the OIG guy telling me in the car, they don't really want to mess with you. They just didn't know. They kind of scared you because you attached to that York guy. All that bullshit. See what I'm saying? So that whole case went haywire all the way through the court system, because I'm standing on my square. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a contract. So that's how that system went, to the point where they agreed that they had to win that damn case. If not, I own the post office. They don't know I know that. Been knowing it. Been knowing it since 2004. And they lost that case. And I won that case on my own square. No attorney would touch that case. But you don't see that case. Man, I got to know the prosecutor on that case. Well, you can't even find that case on record. It's hid up there in Gainesville. They say that's why the motu proprio I wrote back in March, 18 March last year, that's what opened up that file. so they can come and see that I dropped that contract in open court. And I am who the fuck I say I am. Whatever that nigga down in Georgia trying to say treason, he ain't got a breath to speak or a thread to walk on. You come messing with me about a sovereign state. And that's why they had to go open that damn court in Georgia, that file, and they went in the state of America to go check the record. Try to claim, yo, need some food, and they will hold the roads open for 24 hours. Nah, that was them. That was giving the governor of Georgia authority so they could open that damn file. Post office and Universal Postal Union and the UN and the office of the president had to know, did this man really file that apostille in open court? You damn right I did. And they tried to hide it and put it in 513. They had to go open that damn file. You see where I'm at now, don't you? You all right now? You ain't never heard me come like that, right?
Yeah.
Come on, you get better.
So, and this is what led up to when Colin Powell was at his desk asking if you on record. This is the case that got you on record.
Yeah, I mean that was the filing. Yeah, there you go. I go with that exactly. But you can't find that case nowhere in DeKalb County.
Right.
I remember them old really game more asking me about all this and that. How can they get it? I said, go. I gave them the number. Remember, I put it out there. Go to DeKalb County, knock that damn door down. Leave me alone. You feel me? Cause it's like now we completely outside of everybody's thought pattern. You feel me? You know, you got people saying they waiting on me, they waiting to do this, and they don't want to learn. I done been to seminar, talk to people, and you got them old people they just want to get on the ship because they felt like they've been lied to by Martin Luther King. They've been lied to by Malcolm X. They've constantly been lied to by everything. I'm like, that's a misery I don't want. You feel me? I'm not here to claim to be your damn savior. You feel me? Don't want that title. Y'all gave that title. Some guy named Jesus, he can have it. You know what I'm saying? Some guy named the math thief, hide with it. Because if you think somebody's gonna come save you from yourself, are you serious? I mean, that's got to be the most backwards thinking in the universe. You got sovereign power within your brain to live forever. You just ain't got no damn venue to operate it. So you trapped in that what we call prison planet. You're gonna get yours after you die. While they get theirs, while they breathe. That's the cart pulling the damn horse. Especially when you find out it's your damn privilege they're doing that shit on. You feel me?
Right.
And come give you a portion of your contract. You remember? Niggas, here your $1,200. You feel me? I'm like, huh? I'm like, it's coming off their own bond. And you want to give them 12, 15 now. Oh, 15. Okay, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like, why don't you just give them 100,000? I don't give a damn. If you give everybody in the United States $100,000 damn dollars, you go 50% of them fuck it up. Okay, we already know that. But look at the benefit people gonna get. So you ain't gonna bring people out of that slavery mentality with that, but it's their account. Okay? So if you give them $100,000, you're gonna have those that are gonna turn that 100 into $1 million.
Yep.
You feel me? Because you gotta wait now, but they want to keep you in this credit shit and pay you $1,500, and then they go give Ukraine $100 million, $100 billion. You feel me? And you gotta pay taxes on that shit. Then they gonna tell you how much they're gonna tax to pay you $1,200. Like, who gives a fuck? Just give me $1 million on that motherfucker, and we'll have a whole new United States in 30 damn days. You hear me?
Right. About that part. That part.
It ain't like listen, it ain't like they ain't got it because it's based on the goal of England. Shit, that's a straight write-off for them.
That's all it is.
You're gonna still have your niggas. You're gonna still have your African Americans. You're gonna still have your white niggas. You're gonna still have your Indian niggas. You're gonna still have, they going to work. Their brain is warped through television. But it's their account. But give those who need it, can do something with it, the opportunity to do with it. Pay that damn student debt off, like you, instead of you trying to give them a damn favor and sign a damn bill so they can pay. Give them the damn money so they can pay their own damn debt off.
Right.
That way you ain't pissing the ones who attempted to get that shit to go to college and got denied. You ain't pissed off because now you shouldn't pay that stuff. You like, nigga, if I would, why you didn't pay it when I was coming through? You feel me?
Right on.
Yeah.
Exactly my question.
That's
now also you need to get there paid? That's some bullshit. You feel me? Are we with? Are you all right? You all right with me? We dancing, right?
We dancing.
Oh yeah.
Dancing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Emperor, we have a question.
Oh yeah.
We have a question in the chat by Nanya Penny Ray. Question is, how is the Emperor's royal post tied into the post office case?
Because see, a sovereign can't step on another sovereign and keep their sovereignty. That's why they had to open that case up in Georgia, because they got an official international true bill for damages. That's a true bill. That's a bond, and they agreed to $900,000 a day. That's why in Georgia they call me the $900,000 man. Okay, so now I just put in the other part that I got in there, $9 million a day for the secure party owner. You feel me? So that bill calculated up to the point where they got to settle that bill now. So that's why you got to post, because they lost their sovereignty and they lost the case. Now you see one of the best kept secret, because this one man came along and beat the whole damn post office, right?
Bad man.
Somebody say that's a bad motherfucker, that right? You hear me? But I know I'm just a number. I'm a number earth keeper. I'm Sam who and Minnie Ray, who I grew into, quote a De Loye, who's what that's the crown, the S of the crown is on my head. It was made before I was born. And I just grew into who I am. So I'm your brother. That's all I can be. As they say, I'm brother keeper. So if you want to ride, cool. Nah, peace. See, because you still got to come across my seat. Because it's my damn seat. That's what my grandma said. I'd be on whatever you decide to get back. Okay, so I'm growing to my seat now. So all the other stuff don't exist to me. Because I can wipe it out of history forever. But I deal with you because I'm growing. So it's got to be an experience what I'm going through. So I'm okay, I'm cool. That's why I say you see me working with folks. That's why I tell you I ain't racist. I ain't got time to be racist. I'm going to give you fights. I tell you what, y'all want to see this damn shit with? Let me go fuck with Mega. I open this shit up to Mega. Trump gone. That nigga dead. No, it ain't got nowhere to go. They hurting. Boy, I go bring this over to Mega. Boy, you see this thing run off the ground in a week. Be running off the damn rails. You hear me? But I'm not going to do that. You feel me? But you got the authority to do that. Doing everything I want. That scares a lot of people, right?
Wow. You're right.
That's why the fact that Queen of England came over from UN in 2005 and said what? There can be no more emperors. Now you see why, right?
Wow.
See, y'all don't understand why the government of the United States cut down the burial bond. Because the Crown of England cut it out because we got signed in. If you ran my ship back then, I would tell them what I say back then. Because the military signed us in. So you got the three keys. You got Britain, you got the Pope, the Vatican, then you got the England, the seat of England, crown, and then you got the Pentagon. Well, the Pentagon authenticated you as a sovereign state. I said it back in 2005. Everybody missed it. That's why she said can be no more emperors. Because I came and did what? I came and raised the flag of a predecessor flag that got cut down. That flag that got cut down had $100 million in gold attached to it. So they had to create a constitution for a venue. Because if your constitution ain't got no damn venue, why you got a constitution? You ain't got no equity. Why you need a constitution for? They claim and run around here claiming some damn United States Constitution. So where the damn equity at then? How you got a constitution where the citizens got to foot the damn bill? What kind of damn constitution is that? That constitution, it can be fraud, and like you see going on in the system right now, That's why you get what you get. Constitution ain't got no value. What is it? What's the word? So you being ruled by authority of the military and government forces. That's why you see the military. That's why you see all the police forces walk around and look like the military now. Because they ain't got no damn sovereignty. So they got to control their citizens some kind of way because they waking up and you coming into a new age. That makes sense to everybody? We all right? We having fun?
Oh yeah, having fun.
So, Emperor, just to, I think Nanya Petty was wanting clarification. So you actually own the post office, and if I might add, the Universal Postal Union, is that in there too?
Oh, that's in there. That's why you see what I'm going through now. That's all that stuff behind the scenes because of my status. All that's going through. And they got certain meetings and all that stuff. When I say I had to go through Africa, Kemet, you want to call, and you had to pass through all the gods that ever existed in Africa. Well, that's across the board, dog. I mean, that's part of the journey in 2021 that I knew I had to go on. So I'm saying, so that was why I came up through the post office. We tried to figure out why we was in the post office. Now you see why? Because that was the ruler of the land. So you got the land. So that you got the Washington, you got the land, you got Yamasee. Come on, man. You think if you let that out? Well, I'm coming out now. That's why I say this year time is what the whole world gonna see me. Like I said, old man told me what? When you do that, you got 40 million waiting on you. Well, you know, you got a small ship. You know what I'm saying? And people say you come like thief in the night. Well, that's how you come, small ship. But you look at all the authority you got. And that traces all the way back to the 4,700-year prophecy that was written in Egypt about this day and time. A true sovereign will appear. And guess what, y'all? They say his name will be Amini-Ray. Amini. No, it's Amini. Amini. Yeah. And my name was already Amini-Ray. So what they tell me, I was already written in prophecy, didn't know it. Now you see me as who? Sam who? Before anything was Sam who was? Amini dash Ray. Stepping on the scene. Quote, Adeloye. End quote. See the crown? That F for the 8. You see it? See the 8? You get a good picture of this guy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
All four corners. This man made it before I was born. So they know I was coming. So you see, so I got to grow into that mission now. And now y'all who on my ship become part of that mission. But you ain't gonna bring that bullshit on my ship.
Definitely.
Feel me? All right, yeah, come on. Got 2 hands up.
All right, we got one hand. Zahub, you have your hand raised. You have the floor.
Salam alaikum, Magic. Okay, I was working for the post office in like 2012 into 2013, and in Poole, Georgia, and they closed my plant, which didn't make sense to me. And when they closed the plant, all the mail started going to Jacksonville, like you were saying. Was there anything happening behind the scenes during that year that would cause that plant to close? Or was that when we were trying to send that document and it ended up in Trump's hands instead of Obama's? So I don't think the years are lining up. I was curious.
Now say that one more time.
In 2012, 2013, I worked for the post office in Poole, Georgia, and they eventually closed that plant down. And all the mail eventually that came out of the Atlanta area to that area, it was rerouted to Jacksonville. It didn't make sense to me, you know, because that plant, when we received the mail, we would send it to Charleston and other places and what have you. But when they close that plant, now even if you get mail into Savannah, it has to go to Jacksonville first, which doesn't make sense because it goes past us to Jacksonville and comes back.
Well, that's why you need. That's why you need to get in management. If you there, because that's what I did, right? Because 99% of the shit I seen, it made no damn sense. And see, I was so genius, they said, that when I came in working as 204B manager in the transportation, I changed the whole route. You know what I'm saying? To all the drivers. You know, union had to vote on it and all that, right? So I changed the whole schedule because it was just you run it. It was just the most messed up bullcrap you ever seen. So I rigged the schedule because I was dating this hot ass girl up in front named Nene, and me and her, you know, and you know, so I was the bad. They called me the devil in the bank, her the angel. So you know, I was finding time doing the work so we can build. So I ended up reshaping the whole damn schedule. Where I had drivers not crossing each other no more, but they were taking breaks or longer breaks, instead of getting clogged up on the interstate of 285, and they got to run all these back roads to get in the middle of no metro. So I figured that stuff out. So and then when they get in, they can just drop their trailer, and I done had their load sitting out on the end, ready for them to hook up and go. See, because I was yard jockey, you feel me? Manager and yard jockey. So you know, so I ran the whole yard, and they were so the plant manager was like, "How this guy? What kind of brain this guy got?" You feel me? Because they ain't never seen nothing like it before in their life. So then I had to help him write a project up because he got all the old ass truck mics, right? And they done had the truck 30 damn years. No radio, no air conditioning, all that bullshit. So okay, I'm like, so why don't you we scratch a contract with, you know, the union, and then get a contract with Kenworth or Freightliner, and then we get the truck, you know, to our specs, where they got air conditioning for the drivers, and they got AMF, you know, city, and you know, so the driver can be comfortable. Cause you sitting on that damn land traffic, you got to have the windows down, you ain't got nothing in them old mics. And I said in 10 years, you can trade them trucks out and get a whole new, you know, fleet. And you know, and that's like that was somebody got a mic on. That's like that was second-hand knowledge to them. So when I brought it forth, they thought I was crazy. And they said, you ain't gonna be liked. I said, why? They said, because you saving money. I said, excuse me? That's what you want me to do, right? He said, but they don't want, when you save money, you make all these cats look bad. I'm like, huh? That's what, you know, you saving tires, fuel, all that on your trucks. And your drivers is being comfortable, you know, because they got air conditioning and all that. So when I finally got this case was over and all that, guess what happened? They got new damn trucks. It's the same thing I told them to do, but then after I left, that's what they got now. You see, so you see, my manager said back then, Don Oliver, that nigga just blowing pigeon ass and make him sing. Seriously, no bullshit. That was his pastime. And but he got a job. He was dumb as rock. But he knew the district manager who got him this manager job, and he had all these sisters doing all this damn work. Every time you come in from a room, he outside smoking a damn cigarette. So I used to come and say, Don, man, how many packs of cigarette you smoke a day? He's 3 packs, Samson, 3 packs. I said, so how you get this damn job? You feel me? He was awkward with me. But that was his old heads. That's what he said. He said, well, you know, you ain't gonna be liked around here, you know, and what you doing? I said, why? He said, you're too damn smart. I said, huh? He said, you making everybody look bad. So I didn't have a manager try to steal one of my projects. And like I said, the girl up front I was messing with, when it came across the plant manager, they were gonna give him a plaque. She said, wait a minute, Darius did that. He was like, the guy that your boy to come up back for? She said, yeah. He said, how in the hell did this man brain work? So they gave him a penalty, but he was trying to steal one of my ideas. You feel me? So I've been that way all my life. Just been that way all my life. You know, so I'm just giving you a little experience. This stuff, you know, with the post office. And so I had 8, or still got 8 EEOCs against them. You see 8 again? And they can't win none of them. And the one they did win was from the one I didn't lose. But the one they agreed that they had for the post office. Remember, out of all the bar attorneys and all the British bar attorneys, judges, justices in the world, they found only 3. And they was retired appellate court judges in America who understood the contract that we agreed to with Colin Powell. 3. And y'all sit out here and think all these smart ass, Jenny ass niggas out here in the market understand what the hell we did. So we knew this behind the scene. So we listened to people out there in the market talking to us. We're like, nigga, shut up. You know what I'm saying? We already know there was 3. And one of them was in the arbitration case against post office with that boy I told you trying to write that shit in my file. And he wrote in his order that it was he had to sign that order. The post office had to win. In the best interest of the post office, he had to write that order against me. Okay. That's how bad my shit is. You see? And then I turned around after that. And the case, that's what I told you, they came after me after that with that false arrest warrant. And then what I do? End up kicking the ass on the end anyway. That's how you got his Imperial Magic Royal Post. Because they in default. They in debt. They in default. Billions now, 30 plus. That's why you got your court. So you just time to close all that stuff. That's why I say I ain't got time to play with people. I've been running this for a while. So they jumping on the ship. Slow down, Emperor. Let me get on the tail end of your coat. I said, they fire right there. You better hold on now. You feel me? Ain't lit up yet. So I'm getting there. So hold on, hear me? So that help you out, little bro?
Yes, it does. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, bro,
we have another hand up. Aaron Duamonte, you have your hand raised. You have the floor.
Something like a magic. Aaron Duamonte once again, Emperor. Emperor, I heard you speak on this before. Could you let them know one more time, dance on them a little bit about the 12th and 13th district? Could you speak on those, the new districts that you opened up that actually is outside of the U.S.? One more time for the people.
Okay, I'll get to you slow this time, all right? I ain't for the people. I'm gonna get to you slow for the government, all right? All right.
Okay.
I scratched off $1 million ticket. Put the ticket in my shrine before I scratch it off. Just me and what's her name? Come on, my car now. Back in them days, we scrubbed a little bit. So I said, "You got $100?" She said, "Yeah." She gave me $100 gas station. She said, "You better not play no damn lottery." So I had $100 on slide anyway. So I walk in the store, me and the boy talking shit. And the guy just bought that black stuff. He said, because the lottery ain't gonna tell you because they hit it. So don't get it to you so you can know it, right? So the guy sitting there talking shit. So I said, "Man, you ain't got no damn winners." So he have already pulled off the first ticket, 000, and it was like $50. He said, "I told you this is a hard road." So I'm standing in line, I look out there at the car, because I had gas, and I'm looking at they looking at me. And I said, "Yo, give me give me $100, man, put it on the table, put it on the counter." I said, "Let that car see it, put it on the counter." So I slid him $100. And I took the tickets and I put it in my pocket. So, got the gas, went through the house, she don't know nothing. Shrine, put in a shrine. Around April, about 2.5 months later, we had a bill we had to pay. And I said, "Oh shit, I got some tickets back there, I need to check." So I went back there and got the tickets, sat in the shrine. So by the time I got the ticket number 10, I've already brought $50. I was satisfied. The bill we looking for was $300. I don't want $850. So I said, "Well, let me stretch this last one out to see, what else, you think it's gonna be, not a winner, you feel me?" And I scratched that sucker out. That sucker said $1 million. I said, yo, come in, let me see your eyes. I might be smoking weed and shit. I might be seeing 10 line zeros. Let me see your eyes. You feel me? She came out there and seen it. She said, "Boy, you don't want $1 million." Woo! So now I'm dealing with these in the case, what I'm dealing with, government and all this, right? So, yeah, you can sign your name, run down there and get paid. I said, "Nah." So I went and read the rules and all that stuff, right? So they said, "We accept international ID, foreign passports, and all that, right?" So I said, "Okay." I said, "Cool." Because now I can collect in Khufu, and I ain't got to pay no damn taxes. You know what I'm saying? So I went down there, showed my international ID, Khufu, all that. They gave me the $1 million, big old, I got a picture, big old check and all that shit, right? Before I left that damn building, they done canceled that damn check. Them niggas said, "Yo, hold up." They said your social security number, you don't have your social security number that match. You hear me, right? I said, huh?
To get that. Right.
I gave you a foreign ID. Yo, I gave him a foreign ID, and then they said, well, do you have a social? So I said, yeah, I ain't be that, why they ever get paid? You feel me? I said, yeah, I got one. So I gave him social. They came back and said, it don't exist. I said, excuse you, it don't exist. So I said, well, damn, the IRS done took me completely out of the fucking system.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Behind the scene. So, you know, because you went there with $1 million ticket and you fraudulently trying to collect $1 million, you have a court case, won't you? You didn't see him bring no charges, did you? So they refused to pay because they couldn't find no social, and they was at the point with the state that we weren't recognized with no appointment and all that, but they knew we had a state. They knew our part of the state. So you see, so they were trying to play which way to move. First time these new cats in Georgia, because remember we came through Purdue and all them was in there. So you got all these new cats over there now. And they done heard about this part of the government over there, Klan. All of a sudden, here this guy Khufu going there. They're like, who the hell is him? Feel me? Then they realize that he ain't just part of the government. He is the damn government. See? So when they refused, when they kept playing games, I said, all right then. So Khufu took the state of Georgia, the Attorney General, and the lottery to international court in Tennessee. Y'all hear me, do you?
Say it again.
See, Khufu renews these something else. He took the Attorney General in Georgia and the Lottery Corporation to international court in Tennessee and charged them with just code G violation.
You don't think they hear you?
I know they heard me, because you don't know what just code G is, do you?
You sure don't. Can you elaborate, Emperor?
I that's something for class.
Okay. Yeah, but the point.
It's for class. They's homework go. I ain't got time for it tonight. So
yes.
When I filed a case, the chief judge in the case, prominent African American attorney, big time on the international, federal scene, even is considered for the Supreme Court. He had to step down from his chief judgeship because he scheduled an arbitration between the Emperor, San Juan Mini Ray Court at De Loye, end quote, and San Juan Mini Dash Ray Court at De Loye, end quote, and the state of Georgia. See, so when he sent that acknowledgement for the mediation, well, he had to step down as a chief judge, and that seat became vacant in the Southern District, Tennessee, Chattanooga division. Go look it up. That seat became vacant, I think, 6-8 months, because he had to come down to because he vacated his seat. Why? Because he had to administrate. I'm an emperor. So when Georgia refused mediation, and they used the clerk of court to close the case, default all that bullshit you read online. Okay? Some people, oh, that case, I know. That's what they want you to see. So that's a Just Go Jen case. You don't understand what Just Go Jen is. See, Just Go Jen can't be closed by no damn clerk of court. Just Go Jen got to be closed by the damn judge. So since you don't got the judge on the case, you can't close that damn Just Go Jen case. Now you can close it and show you on record that it's closed. But they know internationally you can carry them international court for that same damn lottery ticket. Because you charge them $93 million on that shit in there. So they come back and pay who? Khufu, but they never pay the trust. You see? Because now that's trust property. Because I want it. You trying to get me now?
Yes, Emperor. Can you elaborate just a little bit more so I can get a further understanding?
So you look at the court issue.
Opened up.
All right. So you look at the court issue. Okay, you ready for this? Okay, you ready? All right.
Yeah, I'm ready.
When he stepped down from that bench he had, that created the 12th district. I just told you, he created a mediation so that we can talk, because they can't come into my venue and I can't go into their venue. So through the court, which is the main object of your organ of your government, where he created the District Court of the United States, they created a 12th district because they only got 11 already. So they created a 12th district. That's where we meet and communicate, whether it's a judge, government official, whatever. We got a 12th district now. That's why I created. And then the
what about another person?
Listen, you ain't listen, can't live if you don't listen. Then the 13th district became the Imperial CMYE-IRK Council Court.
Oh.
You okay now?
My afro a little crooked, but yeah.
Everybody else okay now?
This
happened in 2012. So you can see when I wrote the Constitution in 13 and the Pope saying what he did in 14, where I have already established myself through what? The court. See? So when you go look at the judicial immunity of states and their property, it said the first organ of the state is what? The court. So I have already established the court in 2011-12 when I filed it, you see? And he asked within 30 days, for those who don't know. See, but the other part you don't need to know because you ain't international. Because I filed everything properly as an international player who I am, and I didn't need to go to the Supreme Court in Atlanta. Okay, down on Spring Street. See, I went to Chattanooga. And I had land in Chattanooga to this day where I got a box up for the Imperial CMYE-IRK Imperial Indigenous Matriarchal Council. See, so you can't tell me how to move when I'm a sovereign on my own damn land, you see? Starting to get me now, right? You all right? So now you see how powerful your court is, right? Because now your court got what? Because that judge doing what he did what? He solidified what? The 100 million in gold. He solidified what? The treaties, the good faith performance, the company obligation. He had treated everything because you know what was in there as Exhibit 1 back then was my delegation of damn authority.
Wow. Okay.
The only exhibit they need was Exhibit 1, delegation of authority. I had to show them who was sitting up there on top and my status under the State Department, and y'all see back in 11-12, you see how high I was back then? Y'all all right now? You got that straight for that court now? You good?
Yes, Emperor. That answered my question just perfect. And for all those people that say that they were so smart, yeah, how come they haven't done that? That's all I want to say. I yield.
All right, thank you, Aaron Normative. Emperor, we have all the way from Albania, Anduel Bochi, who expresses, Honorable Emperor, such valuable words coming from you. Every word is so important and life-changing. How do you intend to change things?
That's interesting. Change thing. I'm already in motion.
Yeah, big question.
I'm already in motion. I mean, you're not privy yet to the appointment that's in the wind, that's already got signed for. So you're not privy to that yet. The declaration decree is online. So we already in motion. I know what you're saying. And that's why the appointment out, because we're already in motion. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's just one step at a time. Because you know for yourself, and where your trial has been, certain seats got to get filled. And that's what what we're working on now. And that's when we'll start to, change things, because that's like with the contract you know about. That's going to shake the whole system over there. And then that, so that'll be grooming, you feel me? The flotilla and the the Fatilla and the Resort Casino, in the hemp project, we got, already established 7-step process. Them just project, to help groom to deal with changing, like you say. And we have another really, really important project with the Imperial Ambassador at Large. And we ain't gonna bring it up here, but you should know a little bit about that one. So with them, that will help change things because you're gonna find a lot of countries submitting to our Constitution. So you're gonna see a lot of armies, military coming under one banner, all over the world, because they want to be on the emperor. And you got cop block sovereignty. You got nominal gold sovereigns. You got nominal sovereigns as your currency with gold in it, inlaid in it. So everything you do is backed by gold because of the 100 million gold that you already got on your Constitution. So the Emperial CMYE-IRK Republic, Emperial Constitution for the Imperial Kingdom, that's excellent. So that's changing, life changing, to some. So they have to get in line, because the main thing is that the language barrier have to be. I got a lot of mic. Who got control of the screen? The language barrier has to be immediately, so you can clear out that confusion. That'll help to get rid of all that racism that's embedded. So that's the main barrier, and that's part of university, as you know. And so that's changing the culture. When you can step over here in a clean white suit, a clean white robe, and you ain't bringing nothing with you. You said what holds on to your brain, it's up to you to let it go. And that's all we're doing. Make sure you let it go before you come over here. Because we ain't got time to entertain it. And you've been on a lot of calls, a lot of people can bring what? Their issues. And you see we come shut them down every time they come, right? Because we ain't got time to entertain their misery. So learning how to run a sovereign government, that's the change for a lot of people, future nominationals that's on the ship. Because like I said, judicial means of states and their property is a perfect template for sovereign governance. That's just part of your decree that comes along, so that's enough to start, and then we just build because we got to close that door. Let's keep that circle closed. Now we got certain things we're working on now. You're gonna get into down the road. Ritual. Affirmation that we saying every day at early in the morning. 10 in the morning, and everybody taking their turn. So we got certain ritual. It's not ritual, but a certain rhythm we doing, so that non-national could get indulged into the culture. So before you go outside, you feel me? So as that keep passing 70 days, and then that NAMA first reader after 70 days, well they not indulged in the government now. So that's time, and so you got time. But certain contracts that you need to work on, you can do that instanter. You don't need my signature. You can sit in them seats. I ain't no problem. You're gonna continue training. You can always train. It's sovereign state. But that's the best way I can sum it up right now, Madrid. We cool?
Cool, Emperor. Currently, we have no comments nor questions in the chat nor on Zoom. Thank you so much, Emperor. Nenya Shuja. I yield the floor to you.
I shall continue. All right, so now we continue on to October. And we begin on the 4th. On the 4th of October, the Master Fire Deity was nationalized. On the 5th, the Honorable Imperial Ambassador _at_large and the foreign territory took an official oath of office for the first time in over 430 years, domiciled in parentheses in Albania, in parentheses. On the 6th through the 10th, a Dracoid meteor shower took place. 58 sightings were reported in 8 states. All right. On the 9th, Constitution of the Universal Postal Union, UPU in parentheses, enacted in 1874, effective date 7 January 1875, now falls under the jurisdiction of the CMYE-IRK, effective date 20th September 2003. And then again on the 9th, brightest cosmic explosion ever seen. A gamma ray burst 2.4 billion light years away, thought to be a massive star collapsing to form a black hole, a 1 in a 10,000 year event. Do you have any questions or comments on this slide?
Yes, host. Just a question in regards to the 4th of October. Can the Emperor please explain the Master Fire deity nationalized? How does that work? On the 4th of October, the Master Fire deity was nationalized. Can you explain?
You really want to know that, right? You in the whole damn world, right?
Yes.
How you pull that shit off? All right. So being in two places syndrome, 28 January last year, 28/29. And what I mean by that is that, you know, on the universe, a new day starts when the sun go down, but on Jordanian calendar, it starts at 12 o'clock. So that's why I have 28/29, okay? So that was so damn real. Whether you believe it or not, made me no different. And all the stuff that's happened to me throughout my life, you know, driving a truck off a mountain, blinking my eyes at the bottom of the hill, jackknifing on 85 north out of Concord, going across the media, truck ain't on the ground, landed southbound, all that kind of stuff. You know, you knew something was going on. So you didn't know it was preparing you for this great day, or the master in your bloodline. You was I'm the last one. That's why that birthing pain was so hard, because I had to accept all the pain from my brothers, my cousins, my bloodline, my bloodline. 396 days, don't forget that. So in the conversation with my elder, I'll leave that, you know, I'll leave it at that level. Certain words was mentioned in the conversation about the kneeling of the master to me. So I knew instant, I knew it automatic. I wasn't standing there looking at him like I am now, looking at talking to you. I was in my dweller form like my coat of arms. That's why I didn't bring the fuck up, okay? So this is a completely immortified being. Like I said, when he came out, oh, that was, like I said, beyond, like I said, very impressive. So in that conversation, when there wasn't no command given to them, my answer was, you act like I knew I was gonna do it. You know, so that's why they love me so much. That they was on the other side was figuring out why these mortal beings love this, whoever this being is, so much. Because they kneel. All of them kneel every day before they get out. So I got 1 million up to 31st, 580. That's my prophesied number. So now they can get their stuff in order. See, the master now can get all them in order for my arrival. I'm cool. But anyway. So he kneeled to you. Yeah. So if he kneeled to you, that's your blood. In other words, he don't kneel nothing. So I say, he said he's the baddest to the baddest of the baddest, baddest to the baddest of the baddest. You ain't heard the Pope, none of them niggas talk about that, this brother. See what I'm saying? And so when I ask about Jesus and Muhammad and Allah and all that bullshit, them niggas done vacated their posts. Since this brother been let loose, me. So now that's my bloodline. You see? So now you starting to absorb the story now of why they trapped and stole your royal bloodline, all that, because who the master is. So with that burning of the state and all the shit they did in 430, that was a magical event that trapped the master and all the beings. You see? That's how deep that shit is, y'all.
That's deep. Wow.
So that he can become king and have a so-called royal family and give you some damn story about some nigga hanging up on a cross that can't get down and he died for your sins and all that bullshit. That's a story. It's written by Joseph Spears. Go look it up. Story. Ain't no damn real truth, none of that crap. You know what I'm saying? Then you got what they call letters, Peter and all that bull crap. These is freaking letters, y'all. Not no damn affidavit. A freaking letter. So you gonna base your whole soul on a freaking letter? All right. So you see what I'm saying? That's why you gotta burn that shit out of here. That's the most ignorance of the world. Anyway, so that's my bloodline. But never even I know now. So it was 100 days. If you go back and listen to the tape, that I let them loose. I gave them 100 days to show the world that this ain't no bullshit, and I'm coming. I had no clue that Master gonna be the first one out of that motherfucker. and his whole piece, and I'm like getting $1 million a day, $1 million a day, and I told them to take $1 million a day. So this is some verification that happened 22 days after I said what I said. That 22 go again, remember? So I'm hearing this, I'm like, well, I did it. I said that. I'm like, what? So to break that curse forever against my bloodline, or I nationalized my blood. I can sign for him. I'm the dweller. I freed him. So I can do that sign on behalf of him with my nationality. See? You think I'm gonna put? You think the fire gonna hit a piece of paper, burn shit up? Come on, y'all, wake up. I ain't gonna put a thumbprint on there, right? you feel me? I'm saying, wake the fuck up. You feel me? So I did what I did, but I gave him all the proof where he's from, who I am, because you're real. So that's how I nationalized him.
All right. Thank you, Emperor, so much. Thank you.
So that spell, that shit would never, ever happen again. Matter of fact, I didn't just nationalize him. I appointed him as the head of the Imperial and Royal Grand Assembly. You hear me? So now in my Imperial Royal Grand Assembly, I have, as that right now, as I'm telling you, take it or leave it alone, folks. I don't care. I'm making no difference. I got 580 million immortified beings waiting on me at the sun right now. They've been watching them every freaking day. Ever since I opened it, what I did. You think NASA don't know? That's why they run to the hill so much. But that still don't mean nothing. You see spaceships going over there now, and also they say, "Oh, what the fuck is that?" They see them niggas cut off into space and turn around and get the hell out of here. Because you got some boys up there, and I got 580 million. So you tell me I'm worried about y'all and this bullshit y'all bring to the table? I ain't thinking about that crap. You think I'm worried about these generals and all these popes and kings and presidents? All them niggas gonna die. But they gotta come across, they gotta come see me then. That's why I told you when I said last year, all them niggas got nailed. It's my damn seat. They said, but they told you in their scripture, they were so involved in lust and their wealth that they didn't even see it coming. They say thief in the night, right? Okay. That's all written already. Go read Psalm 2. You feel me? So that's a fact now. That shit will never happen again. And he officially nationalized as a non-nation. Well, immortal. You know, got 2 brands. But, you know, we got some on the ship now. I want to get on that team. I said, all right, we'll see in a minute. We'll see. You know, you should see some, yo, I want to go right now. You're like, all right, motherfucker. See, so we good? They help everybody out. Y'all like that one, no?
Thank you, Emperor. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Emperor.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
All right, come on, what you got? This is gonna be good with the nation. What you got? You know what I put on the next time? What? You know what I put on the next time? What? Tomato. Tomato?
Emperor?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, just following on to the 5th, you know, where it says the Honorable Imperial Ambassador at Large in a foreign territory took an official oath of office for the first time in over 410 years. That's quite, that's something.
Awesome. Listen, when you look at Imperial Ambassador Law, Huna Kufa Ray, travels. I'll leave it at that for this call, okay? He was grooming for that position as I was grooming to become the emperor. You feel me? That's how who he is now for that, what you just read. Some way it could be. He didn't fit nowhere. But what he did with Albania and helping them get out of that communist and all that stuff through his travels, preparing himself for what he is now. So it ain't just he's the Imperial Ambassador, he's the Imperial Ambassador at large, so he can move and do everything I need for him to do, because what? There's no more stepping up to the plate to qualify for even be under the Imperial Ambassador at large position. You see? So now you see the authority of the emperor that can go across the pond, nationalize a foreigner in Albania and St. Lucia, and now you change his old status to your status. Now y'all see what type of authority we got. So it's saying 4 and 30 years, because you just don't see Imperial ambassadors, y'all. You see ambassadors, His Majesty, His Excellency. And when the last time you had an Imperial ambassador? See? And he fits that position perfectly through his travels. You see? Moving on up to become the Minister of Foreign Affairs down the road to come on up to other positions. But look at that authority atop that leadership that some think book sense can outdo that kind of common sense, live live. Yeah, book sense is good to get you a check, but common sense is better so you can then survive. So if you got common sense, you're gonna have book sense. But then the leadership gotta come with your experiences. So you can't go read a book and you ain't got no damn experience. To think you come when you run a position that you know what I'm saying, you got to, as they say, you got to leave tracks behind, you feel me? So been through the church, studied the book, questioned about the book. Hell, he went farther than me. He's a minister. So you got to look at that, what he's been able to do, and now he's stepping up to his walk, his true identity. But look at the trials he went through, and I'm over here, and he's over there, and then we meet in time. That's why I say ain't holding none of you back. See, if you got it, bring it. So that help y'all out. Imperial Ambassador Law, you want to comment on that? You here? I yield, let you comment. Come on. Give him a second, y'all. You know, that internet, you know how to go across the pond. So we'll move forward until you come on. I know you're getting there. Yes.
Yes. Salam alaikum, Magic Emperor.
There you go. Come on.
Oh yes. Yeah. What you're saying is so true. And you articulated it so well. Because I had been looking at being an ambassador for St. Lucia for a while. I was asked to, and even the Prime Minister of St. Lucia in 2009, I remember him delaying his flight half an hour just to meet me and have a conversation. And he asked the secretariat to get the paperwork done and get my people to Albania so that I could represent them as ambassador. And I mean, I liked the idea back in the day, but there were certain things that I just didn't like the idea of, you know, having to bow down before a queen or having to bow down or kiss a pope's ring. And it's like I had a problem with that. I'm like, you know, there's no way I could you know, bow down before the queen, because everyone who becomes like an ambassador for the islands, you know, since you have a governor, everything has to be approved by the governor because you're still under the jurisdiction of the queen. And I just didn't see how I could bow down, you know, before the queen. And though, you know, I've been, you know, with the Bible schools and pastoring the church, but there's a lot of questions, you know, that was never answered. It's like I was always like the black sheep, because it's like everything that I said, you know, it was contradicting what many believed, because even reading certain scriptures, I didn't see what they were saying in that scripture. I always saw things differently, understood things differently, and I just had so many questions, and I was always digging into getting information, doing my research, because I want to know the truth. And I've been looking for the truth and just digging everywhere, you know, until I came on the ship and the emperor began to expound on certain things and certain information. And I'm like, but that's the answer to questions that I've asked for so many years and no one could have answered. And it's like all the answers have been there all along, but it's like you were just lost in your in your ways and in what we were told, because we were told certain things, we were taught certain things, and we were programmed. And I got myself sometimes into, you know, situations with leadership of the school, because I wasn't doing what they want me, what they were teaching, because I felt like, you know, it is wrong, because you get the sense that they after your money and they after the people money. And I saw people struggling while the church leaders and the school directors, they are prospering. It's like they're allowed to prosper, but you as an individual, you're not allowed to. So I'm like, I had so many questions, but by being on the ship, and even while we were saying the affirmations and so on, there is so much stuff that is new, and uh, I mean, there's so much that I have learned even by coming on this side, because there's a lot that you learn, when you on the democratic government or certain republic government. You learn this, you learn these things, but it's like coming to um, that new venue. Everything just opened up. It's like the night and the day. It's like finally you are somewhere where the truth is being told, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. They tell you to say that, in court, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. And the lawyers are telling more lies, because it's not those who tell the truth, it's those who pay the most money that is going to be set free. But when I come and I listen to the emperor, he's just raw. He tells you it as it is. It's like what you see, that's what you get. And he doesn't beat around the bush, and make sure that everyone is well educated. Now, find another leader or any politician that would tell you the truth, the whole truth, and let you figure things out for yourself. It's like everywhere you go, all around the world, it's like brainwashing. And in my travels, traveling to many different countries, because I've been to over 30 different countries, and I've seen how things operate and how leaders operate, but I have never seen anyone that speaks like the emperor, that speaks his mind, that speaks the truth, and the amount of knowledge that he has when it comes to the system, whether it's the religious system, whether it's the political system, the judicial system. It's like he knows so much because he was well groomed for that position, that he's in right now. It's like whenever he speaks certain things, it's like he brings light to so many things. And it's like we've been hearing a lot about the light, and the light that he brings, it's just a light that you cannot hide, that cannot be denied, because a lot of truth is said, and many do not like the truth because they cannot handle the truth. But the truth is always said, when we have these live calls. And I know people listen, and sometimes you have doubts. You're like, well, is that for real? Well, it is for real. And I just can't wait, for the day that not only this group on YouTube or on Zoom will get the opportunity to listen to the emperor and what he brings, but the entire planet will listen and finally see the light and hear the truth, learn the truth. And it's like what we get, it's like it's organic. I just see that everything is organic. And I remember speaking to some of the leaders in Ghana, and they were like, well, we do DNA tests by breath to figure out, exactly who you are and your bloodline and so on. And I'm like, just by being on the ship and what the emperor teaches, it's like, and what he tells you, it's like if you can't handle it, it's too hot in the kitchen, you need to come out. But it's like a DNA, it's like a DNA test. It's like when if you could come and you could make it, it's like a DNA test, because with the wrong DNA, you won't be able to handle the heat, you won't be able to handle the truth, you won't be able to handle anything that is really going on the ship. So I mean, for me, it is just an honor and a privilege being part of, you know, this whole movement. It begins small, but it's just a matter of time before it begins to really explode.
Yeah, look, get your picture on now. You got to put your camera on. They can't see you. You're dropping a whole lot of knowledge. Can't see. That's where you at.
Yeah, the area, I have no light. I have to get to an area where
That's
there's
fine.
light.
I got you. Okay, cool. I got you. All right. So, you know, so now I want you to break down one more time, because they didn't see the significance of what you said last night in dealing with language. So break down one more time how deep the Albanian language go. That's traces all the way back to the Gypsies, all the way back to Egypt. That a lot of people just don't have a clue. So when you see them two eagles on that national flag, that's a sovereign flag that's still flying in 2023. You got to wake up. So come on, sound a little like Imperial Ambassador.
Yes, with the history of Albania, it goes way, way, way back, because the first set of Albanians, they said that they call them Pelazg. Now, Pelazg, they came from Phoenicia, the Phoenician area, and that's a long, long time ago. So a lot of studies have been done, and we have archaeologists all over doing excavation, and they just found out that Albania has the oldest language in Europe. And if you were to study the tree of language, Albanian would be the very first language, and after Albanian you'd have Armenian, then Germanic, and when it comes to Greek and Latin, that's like halfway up the tree, which tells you that compared to Albanian, Latin and Greek, they are new languages when it comes to Albanian or Albania. Now, you have also ethnic groups in Albania like Gypsies, and the reason why they call them Gypsy is because one group of the Gypsies originally came from Egypt. You have another group they call the Roma Gypsies that came from the Punjabi area in India, but they originally came from the northern part of Israel. They traveled to India. They got persecution in India, and from India they travel over to Albania and Europe. Now the Albanian language, it is so old. It dates back so far that when you listen to the ancient language, because we were reading the first language, cuneiform, I heard so many Albanian words in that language. I was like, wow. And when I came to Albania, I listened to how they would quote the days of the month. And it was like September. They didn't say September on November, October, December, but it was the 7th month, the 8th month, the 9th month, and the 10th month. So December, they tell you in the language, it is the 10th month. That's how we say it. We say Vietor, Viet is 10. And so I was like, but if it is the 10th month, why on the calendar it says that December is the 12th month? So that alone tells you that, you know, the culture, it goes way, way, way back. So they've been excavating in the lake that is about 25 minutes drive away from where I live. They've found like wooden structures that dates back to more than 8,500 years. So now what they are saying is that Albania is the oldest civilization in Europe, and not just the oldest civilization, but the Greeks who studied the language said that Albania has the oldest language. Now, what is interesting is that Albania used to be called Illyricum or Illyria, and it's even mentioned in the Bible as Illyricum. Now, Illyria was a massive piece of land. Before there was Greece, Macedonia, Serbia, all that land belonged to Illyria, which is now called Albania. And it went all the way up to Bosnia, where you still have pyramid that is called the Illyrian pyramid. That one of the pyramids, it's like 750 feet higher than the pyramids of Egypt, and it still exists today. And why they were called Illyria, it's because Illyr, Illyr in the Albanian language, it actually means to be free. But the E is pronounced like the letter I. If you say E in English, that would be like the letter I in Albanian. So when you say IL, which is the beginning of Illyricum, it's like L. It would be pronounced in English L, and that had to do with the deities. It had to do with Enlil. The word Illyricum, it came from Enlil, and usually you would see the ancient, or the traditional way of the Albanians, especially those in the north. They would wear a certain type of headpiece. It is white, and it's like half of an egg. Whereas the Moors always wear the red one. So the Moors wore the red one, and the same type of headpiece the Moors wear. The Albanians would wear the white one, which is part of the traditional ancient dressing, which symbolizes the deity of the moon, whereas the Moors, the red had signified more the sun, because the sun is red and the moon is white. So the Albanian, in the Albanian traditional dressing, they still have this white dressing. Now, there is a mountain in Albania. It's the tallest mountain in the area, and it is said that inside of that mountain there is a pyramid, and there are suits in there. There are certain garments in there that no one has the right to touch it or to wear it. If you interfere with it, you would be gone just like that. And what they said is that the people from that bloodline, the bloodline of those who wore these ancient suit, they are the only ones who has the right, to come and wear the suit. So there is so much ancient history in Albania, and Albania, you would notice that they have a red flag, and there's an eagle with two heads on that red flag. It's only countries that had an empire before that carried the red flag, because the Albanian Empire, it was so big, it was so huge. When you studied who was Caesar and who was Herod, they were all considered to be Albanians, because the Albanian Empire, because it is so ancient, it stretched all the way to Australia. And people like George Washington and most of those who were involved even in the Constitution of the United States, many of them were Albanian. It is said that even the Constitution, there was a copy that was translated in the Albanian language because of the Albanian influence all the way in America. So the influence has been far-reach all around the world, and the history is very, very rich. So being in Albania, you still see in the beginning of the spring, people gather wood, they light a fire, people jumping over the fire. And it's tradition and stuff that I never saw anywhere in the world. And it is still practiced here in Albania. And when you come here, the type of respect that the people show, they would tell you that they are the most hospitable people wherever you go. They would, even though they have nothing to eat, they would go and they would take credit just to make sure they take care of the guests. So there's just something that is very special about them, and you could see a lot of the ancient tradition in Albania in the way they compose themselves, and the history. It is extremely, extremely rich in this part of the world. And I yield.
Hey man, yo brother, you don't mess with me. You ain't mess me up tonight. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm saying like, yo, he don't mess me up tonight. Listen. All right, so let's get this part out of the way. First of all, when you're looking at Enlil that we talked about, that's going back to the Anunnaki, or you call Elohim, angels, or whatever. Okay, so Enlil was considered the archangel, which is Michael, they say. Okay, in certain scripts. So his brother Enki went on that last night. Okay, so now you broke it down to the point where Albania had influence into the Constitution of the United States. And that's just, you just threw up all kind of red damn flags. You hear me? You know, so I'm letting you know, a can of worms, boy. You know, they're gonna be studying this for you. You know, that's what I told you. That's the important. Now you see why the elders sent me that way. You feel me? Because that history, I'm alive. That history is live, and I'm an eagle, red eagle. That's what the eagle's wrong, right? So that's why I gotta go home first. So why you ain't going to Africa? Well, them niggas dumb. Why you ain't going to Haiti? Them niggas dumb. I done talked to them. They can't speak without the United States. Okay? They can't speak without. These countries are being controlled by embassies that's in that country. Okay, so let's get that straight. So that's why I didn't go that route. They ain't even big enough to accept me. You know, so that's, you know, the elders came and guided me through where? To Albania. You see what I'm saying? So get off your high horse. Because it's involved in the universe. You feel me? So, you know, so people ask how you got that position. That's why I say he wanted to give it to me. I said, no, that's your part of the story. You brought Albania, you feel me? So that's his story. Ain't got nothing to do with it. You feel me? I'm honored to be a part of that journey with him. That's how we talk. That's how we roll. Okay? Appreciate you, brother. Just getting near that time.
My face.
All right, so now we're gonna jump down here. Okay, we're gonna leave the meter shovel alone. 58 South border, 58 in 8 states. I know that was wild. We tipped on that one. And then you got 9, the Constitution Union Postal Union. That's why I was telling you about that case with the post office. That's the same judicial administration. No, that's post union. My bad. I was gonna say that's the same judicial administration that Benjamin Franklin created in 1774. But this is talking about the post union. All right, so let me shake here. All right, so the Constitution Universal Post Union, and in 1874, there's a treaty involved in that. Effective date 7. You said you got effective date 7 January 1875. That fault by the United States defaulting, losing their sovereignty, well, that whole post union falls under my jurisdiction. Effective date 30 September 2003, when they came with that false arrest I told you about the other day, yesterday. You feel me? So y'all see how big this thing is now? And you know, the post union also got to post to Congress. So you got to realize something at this level of the game. When they had their Congress, the king, queen, pope, president, prime minister, senator, congressman, judge, whoever comes to that Congress as an administrator of the post union, that's their title when they get there. They ain't no prime minister. They not no pope. They're not no queen. They're not no king. They're not none of it. They are considered an administrator. And they meet every 4 years. And they got the biggest military in the world. And they have more contracts than anybody in the world. Wonder why, right? And none of y'all knew that, did you?
No.
Universal Post Union. So that's under my jurisdiction. Why? That came with that false arrest. And I told you what I do. they came on postal property. Once they lost the case, the post office liable. The Camp County wanted out that case quick as they can get it, quick as they got in it. Yo, man, Tom Morgan, the prosecutor who wrote that bullshit, he retired the same day he wrote it. And he was considered to be a appointed judge and all that. Tom Morgan used to be in that prosecutor position. The detective in the case, they resigned. You see what happened? So when I went to court, where were their witnesses at? The detective done quit. The prosecutor done quit. You start to see it now? Because they knew once they attached themselves to me, they couldn't run. Once they attached themselves to that contract, they couldn't run. So they got out of there. Why? Because they know 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, they dead and gone. 50 years, they grandkids. You coming out there. You starting to see where everybody run now? Make sense to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna be wheezing. I'm gonna be right. No. So we good on that? Y'all sure? That's a heavy stuff now. Y'all sure about that, right?
You can go into more detail.
Like what? What you want?
So when you were talking about the they have a Congress?
Oh yeah, they got a post Congress.
With with that being said, is that related to like the what is it, the council of like all the judges? Is that any connection or related to it since they have their own?
What you mean? I don't know what you're talking about. What'd you say?
Is all right. So when you was talking about the they have their own Congress, is that related to like them having like a council of like all the judges?
No, y'all. I don't compare nothing. I just go with the facts that I read. No, they have a post of Congress. Period.
Okay.
There ain't nothing add to it, taking nothing away from it. They have a post of Congress, and they consider administrators when they come for that Congress. Ain't nothing else to add to it.
Gotcha.
Y'all straight? Y'all good?
Yes.
Yes. More clarity. Yes. Gave us more clarity. Gratitude.
Any more questions?
Yeah, I got one, Protector.
Come on.
You were going into it, but so who makes up the postal Congress? All the
every country got a post office.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right, cool.
That's why I tell people, they say, "Where you from?" I say, "My mama." That messed people up for years with that. Because when you get common sense, that's what happened. Other than that, you owned by a post office or that postal box. You identified by that postal box. You carry on your ID. Where you from? Georgia. Where you from? North Carolina. Where you from? Texas. That's where you from? For real? I'm from my mama, because that's on where I could be from. You feel me? I might be domiciled in Georgia or North Carolina, Virginia, wherever I choose to be. But I ain't from no damn post office. No postal box. You feel me? I want y'all to be able to use my shit now. Come on.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will.
What?
Appreciate that, Protector. Thank you.
The Emperor, just to follow on from then Petty Ray asks, so they have jurisdiction over everyone with a postal address?
Of course they do. Listen, that's why I told y'all back in the day if you was on my ship. All that crap they were talking about in Iraq and all that, he had nuclear weapons and underground, all that shit. I said, that's smoke screen. He said, what you mean? Because you got a postal union, you post to Congress. That make everything got a stamp. So everything got a stamp. That means they got to write the postal inspector got to write investigate any damn thing. So if they feel like Iran doing something outside where they do the program where the postal inspector go in and do any damn thing they want, y'all catch that, do you? So everything else is what? Fooling you by contracts or security agreements they create to control another country through sanctions and all that stuff that governments do. But for the sovereignty of all that bullshit, you got a postal zone all over the damn world. Postal inspector go in the damn world. Anywhere the mail go, don't. Now y'all woke up now, say how bad the post office is?
Yeah.
That's why you see in America, they ain't got no plates on their trucks and none of that crap, see? Y'all know that shit. When I got started in DeKalb County, and we had rental trucks over the holidays, so you had all that mail. So we had to run, you feel me? So then they give me one of them riders. They ran about 70, 75. You know, we so using them Max, running 55. You know, you get you a air conditioned truck, and you got your music. Man, I'm coming around 285. Out in the third lane, just, you know, riding, you know, get two things, passing the other cats in the post truck. They were mad as hell. They were talking on the radio. I mean, I was, you know, I'm a truck driver, you know, I'm you know, you out there riding for a change. You ain't been out there third lane in a couple years. You want to see how I feel again, you know? Well, that damn DeKalb County walked me down. He pulled me over. By the time he got up to the door, the mother bulls that I passed, they were passing me, blowing the horn, like, yeah, all that bullcrap, right? So he came up to the damn cup. Yeah, you know, that old crazy. What the hell? What's wrong? He said, you got in the third line. I said, man, you can't stop the mail. He said, I can't do what? I said, you can't stop the damn mail. Well, you know more. Let me just open up. Y'all, we bugging and shit. But, you know, you talking to a cop, so you know, respect. Because, you know, if anything, if ticket do come, you don't want that shit because it's going to be on your record. You might get suspended, all that kind of shit. So you got to play cards right. But I know through my over-the-road driving, you can't stop the mail. So he said, what you mean? Like, I can stop any damn thing I want. I said, man, you better go talk to your supervisor because you can't stop this damn mail. So he said, you hold right here. I'll be right back. He went back there and called somebody. That motherfucker ran back. He ran back up to the truck. Go. You go. That shit was hilarious, boy. And also, you know, by the time we got around there on 85, you know, 85 no coming up quick down. You know, the boys still sitting there, 55. They go, yeah, I'm passing them again, third lane. What's up, dog? That's what they got on y'all. Shells, how you get on that ticket? They can't stop the mail, dog. Y'all didn't know that shit. You know, so you see, I have fun. You know, I'm cool, man. Well, you know, but I give you that one for the night. But y'all see, you got a real live Emperor rolling. You rolling with one, all right? So I'm just being real with you. So don't come with that bullshit. All right, who else we got? Got some more hands? Come on.
Yeah, there's a question from YouTube. Askia El Nasir Bay asks, to be a part of this process, does it require a certain amount of fiat? And if so, how much fiat?
You got to register with a university and go register nominalization. That's all should be in the chat. And now that stuff is, you know, all in the system. So right now we ain't got the doors open because you can register. If they just sue, you can register. We hold you in a holding tank. But we got something get ready to get that paperwork now. But we ain't really got time for them. So we committed. So we got to do what we got to do. But they fighting every day to really, you know, like this month coming up, big month for us, because a lot of them, you know, finally getting their docs, but they get other docs outside of the doc they're getting, and they grooming themselves, you know, to perform. So then we got set up since for newcomers coming in, you know. But like I said before, you got an email, we organic. If you got something to offer, knowledge-wise, or, you know, as far as run a government, judge, whatever, we ain't got a problem talking to anybody. And we have a solid ship, but our doors are closed right now. But if you got something to bring to the table to help move the ship, by all means. And then you get everything you need. We talk, you see it, the process, you get yourself, like now, the application just getting done, the electronic one. that's getting ready to get sent out because we had little mistakes here and there, this and that. So everything's going more electronic. So we got to move ship. So like I said, if you got something to bring to the table outside, you just want to learn right now. We just ain't got time for people sitting on ship. We got a court and normal international bank, normal international central bank, Imperial Mortgage Championship Quarter Service, nominalization. Then you got my office, Imperial Royal Office, for his Imperial Majesty, which got what everything on it. So I'm focused on the ones that have made it so far and getting them into an interim position for the next year, so that they can move into that position now and operate to pay themselves because they got the authority. So you had to groom them first. It ain't just get paperwork like national people that don't know. They understand now nationality come with a venue. So you got to learn how to operate your nationality. Outside of venue, you don't need no nationality because you're a citizen. You ain't got no venue. So they understand that now when all that crap they don't run through the malls and all that crap out there on the market selling wolf tickets. But your nationality got an equity on the Constitution. So that's where we at now. So the doors, I don't need to open them more personally. But if you got something that's moving, you seriously want to get on this ship, ain't got no problem. But they ain't got time to play with young folk, people that want to play games and this and that. I say time we control our own borders. Because I know once you sign nationality on this flag, I'm with you forever. So I ain't got time to play. If you serious, I move with you. Like I said, I'm a brother's keeper. But I ain't got time to keep playing games. And I've been dealing with that some of for a year now. And that they only call to tell you, I'm fed up with it. Excuse for everything you do. You can't run shit like that. You got to be confident, coming that low level mentality, attitude, project, and all that shit. So being ran by, control, we help you relieve that pain, but you got some people who hold on to it. So that's some of that stuff is on the ship. So I got to focus on that because it's on the ship. And I got to make sure it qualifies itself through a 135-day process I'm going through with some of them that I'm giving that loan to really get their shit together, or I pay them off the damn ship. You feel me? So, I'm just being real with you because I got to run ship. But if you want to help move the ship, you got the email address. We got our own ship. We organic. But we ain't got time to play with somebody that's going to come sit on the ship, study, ask questions, and don't want to step up and move ship. So right now we coming into a process where we instituting a green card process like the whole international arena, where we're gonna, if you make it that far, we can put you on a green card. You still can run your state. Never, like I said, delegation of authority, it's a motherfucker. So, but you on a green card status where you on that status for a year, so you can elevate yourself up to be able to get that certificate of standing because you've been in good service for your state, you're learning, and now you can continue moving. So it's just, it's going to be an ongoing process. But by no means don't stop from asking the question. So that's why you see me shut the doors for those who jumped on the ship a year ago, whenever. They can't get back on. I ain't got time to play with them. So it's for the newcomer, whoever came along late, whatever, that's benefited them. So when the door's open, you can move on in. So it's just process right now. If the process was more organized like I want it wouldn't be no problem. But they got to get themselves doing what they're doing to sit in them seats so they can organize. So you don't get mad at me, you get mad at your nominationals, okay? You see them laughing. See what I'm saying? See, so but by all means, they got to step up to the plate and step into the position and delegate their authority or run their authority. That makes sense to everybody? They have that question out.
Makes sense, protection.
Just going back to the postal topic, Daniel Petty Ray asks, Pope, religion, Queen, legal system, U.S. military. So where does the United States Postal Union come into this?
Say that again. Please excuse me. Say that again, brother.
Yeah, no problem. Daniel Petty Ray put in the question, the Pope, and he got parentheses, religion, Queen, in parentheses, legal system, the U.S., parentheses, military. So where does the United States Postal Union come into this?
Postal Union got the biggest military in the world. It doesn't matter what flag you flying under. When it come down to the postal union, you got the biggest military in the damn world. Because all of them in the jurisdiction of the post office. So what they give them their little military, just in Romania military or Ghana military or Ghana army, all that bullshit. If it come down to post office pull the plug, they got the biggest military in the world. They got more contracts. They control all the contracts. That's your mail goes to the post office. They got everything. So they got business. They tell you right on their website. Go look at it. Don't believe me? Go check it out. And they said, well, how they got it? That's how they got it. So whatever, like NATO. You see how them countries come together, pledge an allegiance. Well, the postal union step in, they get NATO, BRICS, all them boys, shut them out. Like say an alien hit, come in, attack. The postal union come in and make the whole world in one military. Instanter. They got postal zones every damn word. yeah, I got some novels saying, damn, that's some real shit. That's why I say that. That's why I tell people when they playing these board games, all this shit. I'm like, man, y'all playing games, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, you need to wake up to the real world. What the fuck going on? You feel me? Stop trying to bring in some old shit. Some boy Philly brought up that back in the 1700s. They ain't got no meaning now. Like I said, good history class, but they ain't got no damn meaning. You know, we ain't got time to argue with what de facto court they got. That shit over with. Been over. We got our own damn court. Fuck them. You feel me? Excuse me. But that's just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? So because that gets you nervous, like you keep going back over to your slave master. Master, I got the right to challenge you with my nationality. Master, I got the right to do this. Master looking at you like, nigga, shut up. You know what I'm saying? Because if you had any kind of status, you wouldn't be talking to me. You'd be talking to the Solicitor General. So here you coming in, Master, I can offset the debt. Master, I can put a lien on you. Master, I'm gonna put a bond on all that bull crap. Come on, man. That's so mad. Look at the mentality you got to get to do that shit. Think about it. You know what I'm saying? You got your own shit. Why you got to argue about your own birth certificate? You argue about the status it got, but now you can transfer it over here. So you should thank the British Crown. Because they gave you a bond back by gold. You got a country back by gold, so now they can transfer your bond over to you. And whatever contracts in that bond can be transferred to you. That's the privilege you got coming over here. You starting to get me? So let's get this ship moving, right? And here we are.
Yes,
we good?
That's right.
What we got?
Okay, but we have one hand raised in the chat. Lamar O'Lemon, you have your hand raised. You have the floor.
Assalamu alaikum with Magic Emperor and to everyone here. I just wanted to add a little bit about the brother brought up he said the United States Post Office, but there's actually two entities: Universal Postal Union, and then there's the United States Postal Service. So
no. In the writing here, it has what it said: Constitution of the Universal Postal Union. That's what I was explaining. So I don't know what you're correcting.
Well, no, just what the brother was asking about the way he phrased it. He said the United States Post Office or post. So I was just trying to clarify that they're
okay. Well, let's clarify there. So say it again. Because you lost me now.
Yeah, I was just clarifying that it's the United States Postal Service. So it's the only thing the United States has. But we were
that's part of it. That's why I
Right.
said let me get it clarity. They know it's the United States Post Office. They created a United States Postal Service for the de facto corporation, but it's the United States Post Office where the sovereignty lie at. The United States Postal Service is the service they use to haul mail. That's always in the red. Okay, so then you have the Universal Postal Union, but in the United States, it's in my paperwork. It's the corporation. Then you have the sovereign, which is the board of governors. You feel me? They represent that side of the post office. Then he comes down to the eighth person on that contract is the postmaster general. He controls the United States Postal Service. Then he got the answer to the board of governors, who out the answer to the Universal Postal Union. That makes sense to you?
Yes, it does. Thanks for clarifying that because I didn't realize there was a number 3 in there. So.
I'll be coming 3, dog. Where you been?
I missed that one. Thank you.
That's why you see the people that tripping on the Declaration of Independence, I'm gonna say indigenous rights and all that stuff. It always come in 3. They say, what you mean? It's the indigenous rights, it's the human rights, and what's the other one?
Civil rights.
Nope. Ain't got nothing to do with it. Ain't got nothing to do with it.
Universal rights.
Nope. Help them out, y'all. Help them out. I said I was coming 3s. There you go. Colonialism.
Common law rights.
There you go. You ain't listening. He's still hollering. Ain't listening. It's in your Constitution. Imperial law what? 2021, 2020, 2021, 2021. Imperial law 2021. What you got? I can't hear you.
Natural.
Imperial law what, y'all? I just went over it. See, they said they listen, right? Dolan regard all these classes and everything, right? So I'm asking them a question like, now they can't hear out there. You know? And tomorrow night, they'll be like, yo, man, I got tattooed and I got freeze, everything happened. I don't know what happened. The sun, the wind blew, I couldn't move. That's why I didn't answer. That's why I didn't say that. Like, you know, I get y'all, come on. But then they called me a bully, right? I ain't feel like what, y'all? Come on. Y'all was coming 3.
27.
What is it?
27.
What is it? You guessing, Liam? 27.
That's the colonial one.
Come on, y'all. What is it? You live, y'all. They see a state coming. You got all these. I'm gonna want to be a normal. I'm a normal herb keeper. All right, man. In your systematized government, you got an imperial constitution, imperial law that solidifies your shit as the master, and it comes in 3. So you got imperial law what for the indigenous rights, you got imperial law what for human rights, and you got imperial law what
for colonial
treaty right.
He there. He getting you here. He coming. What is it? Y'all gonna leave him hanging?
Inherent
Oh, there he goes. See that curve he went on? Imperial law. Imperial law. What is it?
Say the first 2 again.
Who?
Imperial
Say the first 2 again.
Inherent right.
Oh, no. You got all that. See that Constitution class I gotta go through, y'all newcomers. See? Don't let them stop you from jumping on that flag now. You see? They smack it. See, because you can't properly run the ship, you don't understand the systematized government. And you got an imperial constitution that's been revised. So you don't know the first one, how you gonna know the second? So you gotta know your law. You got imperial law. That's why you got university. So what's imperial law? Y'all I'm listening. I can't hear you. They say, oh, you a bully, man. We were lying, dog. You did us wrong, man. You put us on the spot.
28 and 29.
What y'all got? Come on, what is it?
Imperial
and then they
law
went into the website now. They running. I can't get there quick enough. See, that's why it's still spinning and shit. God damn it. Why are you spinning now? Go ahead, y'all.
I said 27, 28, and 29.
All right, what is it?
You got the rights.
Declaration on this rights and indigenous people.
Indigenous people.
All right.
You got
universal human rights.
Human rights, and then the rights of the freedom of colonialism.
Well, you got the colonialism, but you don't understand it. That's there you go. Happening in 1961. See, it come in 3s. See? That's why nobody don't know it. Why? Because they won't be how they got this rights, and they can run up to the UN and they can get 5 minutes of fucking fame, and they say, "Oh, I went to the UN, I got a badge. See, I don't recognize that bullshit." Then you got them cats out there running. I got human rights, nigga. I'm blood. I'm sick. Whatever. All right. It come in threes, right? So what's the other one, y'all? Elimination what? Colonialism, right? I catch that one. And then your great African American leaders who got statues in DC, and their name is Martin Luther King and all them characters, they came in and said, "No, we don't want no elimination for colonialism. We want some damn civil fucking rights."
Imperial claim of right.
You didn't hear me. He don't know what he's talking about. You need to say about the thing before you speak. You know what I'm saying? So you got all these cats. That's what they making models now. You feel me? And they signed off on your ass for some civil rights when the world gave you away from all kind of colonialism. Y'all remember that, do you? I still ain't got the name of it. Somebody tell me you get off the car, they won't give me that damn name. You ain't getting off that. I didn't even know the imperial law.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't get off the car, you'll bring me imperial law. So we 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. You're like, damn, we can't do the name. You had us up 2 o'clock. Well, you should know your damn paperwork then. Make it easy. They make it hard, see? All right. See? So they can't sign off on civil rights. You got the Civil Rights Act, 62, 63, 64, 65. You know what I'm saying? Conflict. But civil rights, y'all, is for a corporation. That all cap name you start off for, that's civil rights. So you see them all the time when they shoot somebody, they go, civil rights. I said, what happened to his human rights? You know what I'm saying? So humanly real, if you want to walk your ass, that's your human right. You feel me? But you shouldn't get killed for that bullshit. You see what I'm saying? And then they come in and say, we want all this civil rights.
Yeah.
You feel me? So what your human rights at? You ain't got none. You sign off every day for an all cap name. And you don't know what the hell you're doing. It's called fraud. It's called signature. Because they gave it to you all cap, right? Then you ain't smart enough to get it to them back. The same way they gave it to you. You go sign it and say, all right, I accept responsibility for every damn thing that crazy motherfucker do. He speed up down the road, smoke weed, pants hanging off his ass, all that shit. I signed for it. And then when you get in trouble, you, I didn't do that shit. I have a right. I'm a human. I mean, shut up. Y'all a human, right? Playing games with yourself. I say stop jacking off. That's male and female, all right? Playing with yourself. I mean, because you got to realize that's some madness that you keep trying to carry yourself through. And then you're going to come over here and try to send me through it? You done lost your damn mind. See, because I ain't got time to deal with it. I got real estate. You know what I'm saying? All these damn emotional attachment, leave them where you got them. I'm sure you have to take that box up. All right, I'm still waiting on that imperial law, Patty. You put the code in the damn, they say you put the code in the damn thing. He said, I don't know how I put the code in there. Why they keep putting my name in there? I ain't do nothing. I'm out there burning the fire, burning the pit. How I put a code in my, I'm out there burning the pit. That's why they see my head turn. I'm always cracking up at her. Like, Patty, you trying to get off the car, you put a code. I didn't do that. That's just funny. Come on, y'all. Where you at? Imperial law what, y'all? I got to put the mic. There you go, playing with that mic again. Butt call, they say, right? I know y'all wish y'all did have a president cool as me, right?
That would be crazy.
Prime Minister cool as me. Senator cool as me. Mayor cool as me. Governor cool as me. You know what's real, y'all? Get some shit done, right? Y'all be real president nation? I'll fuck them up. Y'all me run? I'll fuck them up. They won't have a chance to come mess with me. Y'all put me out there? Come on. I'll roll with you. I can create the fight that'll come in and mess them up. I already got one. Kufusi took Renewville versus Joe Biden and Donald Trump. How you coming in? Sovereign of the land. Fuck. Put me on the ballot, right? He already told y'all coming, Koofy. Who that shit? Come on. We're gonna write a new decree. Who you think you're talking to? Biden administration. We don't touch them. They don't touch us, thankfully. Come on, y'all. Wake up. But this man ain't heard all around the world. Man, my time, yeah, I'm coming. But when it's time to, you crawling. So I got to get you at least walking. Then we show up.
I got you.
Ah, finally. I just been up since 5 o'clock. That's all. Come on, man. I'm messing.
26.
And walk 8 miles a day on this damn Virginia Beach scrap. Come on. What you got?
All right, so Imperial Law 26, we adopted the Declaration of Rights of Indigenous Peoples into our Constitution.
That's right.
And Imperial Law 25, we adopted the Universal Declaration of Human Rights into our Constitution.
Imperial Constitution, that's right. Come on. There you go.
And
dun dun dun.
Why I keep missing that one up?
Background elimination of colonialism. I should know that.
That is what it is, but I don't know why my brain keeps blocking it.
That's what I did too. That's what I did to Martin Luther King and all them too. I don't know why we couldn't see that. He just kept, we couldn't, you know what I'm saying? Because why would you sell the whole nation out?
Sure.
Then they came with African American. Right after that, y'all remember? Then they came with Afro American. And what did Jesse bring in? African, what is that? All the way down to where you at now. All that stuff happened after what? 1961. So you don't know who you is. Just as long as your ass don't melt white, you all right. Y'all know I should have said that, but we'll be all right. Give him hell. I'm sorry.
Jesse brought that rainbow.
I ain't hear you. Somebody cut off. What you say, brother?
Jesse brought that rainbow coalition.
Oh, we good, man. I'm bringing a whole lot. You just got to keep. I'm telling you, they got. Listen, when I move the whole ocean, man, you think the United States didn't see me move the ocean? They been watching. I tell you, when we was in the court case, they done checked under my toenail. They say I'm the most investigated man in the history of the world. That's including your Jesus, okay? That's including your Allah. That's including your Jehovah. That's including your whoever. You know what I'm saying? Make you feel good. I'm the most investigated man in the history of the world. That was on record. They just can't figure out how I did it. I mean, I'll tell you what them union attorneys say. They say what? That's why I tell you back in the day, all the morals I talking all that crap. And I tell you what the union boys said up there at that meeting we had when they were trying to get that contract with me. And I tell you that union boy attorney from DC, he said he was so he just couldn't wait to get it out. He was just so the union president at that time. What was his name? He passed too. What was his name? Here comes to me. But he told me, come on, stand up, So he said, because post office, union didn't represent me. So when they were trying to close the case, post office couldn't talk to me. So they forced the union to come down and talk to me. So when we went to the meeting, you know what I'm saying? I came in as who I am, Khufu Ranu Z Santanel. So the union signed off on me as Khufu Ranu Z Santanel. Because they couldn't sign off on Darius because they didn't did so much research on who I was and what I was doing. So one of the attorneys, big time attorney of DC, that worked for the union, he couldn't hold his tongue. So Raph, that's his name, Raph Brown. So Raph, peace be upon you, peace be upon Raph Brown. See, bro, I give you that. That's all I give you. But anyway, he said, the attorney stand up. The attorney said, he said, we just can't understand. That's what you mean. He said, see, you don't understand is, UCC? I said, yeah. He said, we wrote it. So all these cats that ain't talking all that shit, UCC, you solid citizen niggas. I'm talking to big time attorneys. They said they're coming at me. They said, we wrote it. And they said, if there was a way to get out of it, we would have did it. Because we wrote it. So all these cats that trying to slang that UCC this, UCC that, UCC this, that's why I laugh at them. Like, man, shut up. Because you don't know what you're talking about. You're a small pond. These boys went to school 10, 15 years learning these books, know them by heart. And they're telling me in my face how we just trying to figure out how you did it. Because there was a way to get out, they would have did it. We knew this back in 2005. So all that stuff that was slinging out there to this day, that's why I tell them it's just a dead end road. And in the day, it's a dead end road. Because the attorneys told me, the bar, British bar, whatever. If there was a way out of that, we would have did it. So how do you do it? Y'all see how far that stuff go?
Yeah.
Indeed.
Y'all got some good wisdom tonight, then.
Sure did.
Indeed.
Yes.
So the question is,
I still ain't got my imperial law.
Yeah, it's part 12, Imperial Law 27, Declaration on the Granting of Independence to Colonial Countries and Peoples. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Finally, you know what I mean?
Good gracious.
I ain't taking this damn crown on my head. You know, like, come on, homie.
Can't leave my emperor hanging, man. Can't do that.
I like spending time with you, dog, but you know, when it's time to go, you got to go. You got to get the hell out of here. You know. But anyway, you know, you good. I was messing with you, man. You know. So y'all got that? We gonna read to them again, because they ain't get it. Come on.
Yeah, so we go
slow
back
this
to
time.
it.
You know.
Part 10, Imperial Law 25.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. First of all, you didn't have the answers. You didn't got permission to speak. So don't try to speak when he's speaking like you got it when he got it. Let him speak. Thank you. Stop buck talking. Come on. Come on, Sir John.
Oh, all right. So Imperial Law 25, Part 10. Part 10, Imperial Law 25 is the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Then we have Imperial Law 26, Part 11, the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People. And then Part 12, Imperial Law 27, Declaration on the Granting of Independence to Colonial Countries and Peoples.
See? That wasn't none of what you doing though. Help him out. That's in there. Like, really? Wow.
Imperial Law 25, Part 10, United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights. All right. Then Imperial Law 26, Part 11, the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People. And then we have Part 12, Imperial Law 27, Declaration on the Granting of Independence to Colonial Countries and Peoples.
Colonial countries and peoples. Independence to colonial countries.
Everybody got it?
I hope so.
Yeah.
So now they can.
We got it.
So now they can finally go see how they was sold out by their so-called civil rights leaders. See, because the whole damn world gave you human rights in 1961, but your leaders, your civil rights leaders who got statues up in the White House now, and plantations in fucking Georgia, they sold your black ass out for that plantation for some civil rights so they can have control of you. Because they want to live with the big boys, with the house a mile in the woods, okay? Come on, y'all, wake the fuck up. And you been in this civil rights shit since 1963, and what have you accomplished? Absolutely nothing. You been counting up? 63, 73, 83, 93, 2003, 2013, 2023. 60 damn years. Nothing. Now you got people getting money for death for civil rights shit. So they finally think they get some compensation and get up on TV like they love that nigga so much. Man, they need to cut that fake ass shit out. Then that nigga get ready to get a couple $1 million. So I'm saying, so you know, I love my brother. You ain't supposed to nigga 10 years. But I love my brother. Yeah, I'm good. You should get all that. Yeah, y'all play that. It's all that theatric. You know what I'm saying? It's all about that commerce, man. Please. Y'all ready for me? Y'all think the world ready for me? Yeah, sometimes I don't think I'm ready for me.
They don't have a choice.
They don't have no choice on you, Emperor. They don't have a choice.
All right, let's get going, right?
Emperor, there's a question in the chat. Klidu Anes Ray asks, has the United States Postal Union ever had to bring all military together for any military defense?
I don't know. That's nothing on record because of the way the contract established in UN, all that, all them contracts, you know, then you got the Treaty of Berne, which is the Treaty of Post Union. All that's they buy by them rules. So they won't know in their mind, they won't there will be a need of such need, but then you see Russia and America getting ready to go to World War, all that, but it's already started. It's still remember, think about it now, right? When the Putin started that shit, I thought open the gates of hell, right? Then I tell you, the homeboy said what? Huh? I remember when he told me, talking to me, because he seen me on the other side, remember? I just talked to you, just seen you. So I gave him a command to come over here, to look on this side, to see who opened up the gates of hell, who had the power, right? So it wasn't just him. That was a whole leg of, because they protect, they the lesser light. That's their job. That's what they agreed to. Got a finger cut off, toe cut off, have the head cut off for initiation. Y'all just found a little piece of paper and get your ass kicked. You know what I'm saying? That's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? You got to lose shit, you start getting down to them levels. All right? Let's make it real. Okay? So now, the other cats came on the other side too. Russia, England, Spain, Vatican, Mexico, South America, same thing. They got all kind of agents. If you got a government, that's why I'm looking at y'all for real, y'all. You feel me? So they were looking for this being that they say open up the gate. And then he found out as soon as he came back through. Then when I was talking to him, he remembered when I said when I was standing in infinite flame with the Holy One, say, excuse me, cancel. When I was standing in infinite flame of the dwellers is thrown in the flower fire. And I told him years ago when that happened, he remembered it when I did this last year. He's like, oh, you said who's with me? And millions big fireheads stood up. I've been telling you this story for 20, 30 years. And now it's manifesting. So he remembered that. He was like, oh, like it's right there in front of him the whole while, but nobody could see it. So when they came on this side to see who did it, I did it. Because I had the power to do it. If I had the power to do it, that make I own it. They came and let my boy out. My bloodline out. Now we roll as one. Catch my drill. That's why I'm looking at the cat. We got protection right here. For what? I'm more so looking out for y'all crazy ass. I'm looking out for you. How? Yeah, y'all know what man Sanders, all right? But anyway, we having fun. Y'all cool?
Well, cool, Emperor. Thank you.
All right.
Good, bro.
Good, man, bro. I just being real with y'all. You see how bad the timeline is. So we're gonna cut a break this third day. So we're gonna cut a break. We got some traveling to do for a couple of days. So we're gonna come back. We're set up, and we're gonna come back. We gotta finish this. So we gotta keep going. I got to end it. So I just can't end it in these 3 days. It's impossible. You know, we on October. We started on when? September. We just got October. Come on, y'all. So this is almost a daily call, nightly call. We gotta have to get the damn September nation was already on fire. You feel me? Like you got 23 shit. You feel me? But it's a good lesson for everybody because we're gonna go back through and do university classes with them. So that's why I'm not bringing out. You bring a lot of other stuff out too that kind of heal back some of you, but help you get straight. Whatever we do, we gotta do it. That makes sense to you?
Perfect sense.
Yes.
All right. Y'all see me writing the story as we go, like we told you. We 70 weeks, god damn, 70 plus 7 weeks, god damn, 70 plus 7 plus 4 weeks. See? So we keep moving. You know, we ain't sitting still. So it's like they gave you Daniel prophecy 70 weeks. Well, that's why in that prophecy also said what? Close up the damn book, okay? So he said, in other words, the one that's coming gonna write his own damn story. You feel me? And that's what I'm doing. So that's why you see you part of our story, some say history, as is more. You think they ain't listening? You think 1 second UN ain't listening to me? You think 1 second United States of America ain't listening to me? You think 1 second Russia ain't listening to me? You think 1 second China ain't listening to me? Come on, y'all, wake the fuck up. All right, they wish they could talk like me. They wish they did have what I had. That's why they're so mad at the United States. Because they told them they couldn't do it in the UN Charter, and then they turned around and did what they said nobody else could do. You gotta catch that part, there. I ain't on that one, right? All right.
Has the emperor closed? Shuja, you there?
Yeah, he said he'll end on that one.
Yeah, he's frozen. He like it frozen.
Yes, slight technical issues.
Okay. What time?
Higher, probably within 7 or something. We look at it, and we looking at now.
Start again, Protector. You dropped out for about 2 minutes.
Y'all there? And y'all see in the last 24 hours that he spoke yesterday, and he came in and spoke again tonight. And y'all see how knowledge changed that so he got so much in him. So he gave you can you hear me?
Yeah, I was telling you start again because you dropped out for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I was going back to Imperial Ambassador Lord, and saying how important the Albanian language is, and that's part of our dialect, and that you've seen, you know, mystery, wisdom, magic in the last 24 hours. Because he gave you the same explanation. He gave you a part of that yesterday, and then he came back today and gave you another part that was more enlightened than yesterday. You see, so you see how much he got inside of him. But you see, it comes out at, you know, that's why I say you got to let a piece out, hold on for a second, then let another piece out. You feel me? Next time he let out, he done got that off his chest, he gonna let more out. You feel me? So, but that's part of our dialect with our language because of our history, gypsy and all that stuff in our bloodline. You feel me? So we ain't denying nothing of who we are. So that's just set the record straight for everybody on the mark. So we good?
Cool.
And we're gonna end this call. Ain't no questions. We got everything answered. No hands up.
Yeah, quick from YouTube, Emperor.
We got questions for you too? Come on. What we got?
This is for Emperor Bay. He asked, do you have sovereign state exemption?
Huh?
The question is, do you have sovereign state exemption?
Listen, man, I'm not even gonna play with this guy. This guy came on our call months ago, some de facto Emperor Bay, and he, listen, I done give you everything you need. You hear me? And come at the end of the call with that bull crap he just did, save it to tomorrow night. All right, but he came on the call raising them dumb questions because he attempted to try to be an emperor and attempting to slap all that crazy paperwork out there. That stuff is madness. So that stuff don't mean nothing to me or us, because we have nothing to prove to him and none of his crew or whoever he's dealing with. So they come on this time, ask that question, do I have this and that? I just told you I'm a sovereign of the world. So they ask that question. It's like, come on, man, don't mess with my intelligence, bro. So we wish you peace in your journey and whoever you claim to be. and you'll fight those status and whatever. I see you when you get to my gate, and I make sure I bring your ass the rest of the 26,000 years in here. They keep trying to fuck with me with this bullshit that you keep trying to act like you got some status over me. So hell with this guy, man. Y'all good?
Straight.
Yes, for sure.
Yes.
Yes.
Good.
Excellent.
Eesh.
Let me see if he can run from my fire, all right? For real, dog. I ain't got time to play, man. I told you. I ain't got time to play, bro. It's a real stuff. All my damn enemies, y'all know. So don't come in trying to shake up this flow. Never. So end the show, y'all. Y'all, let's take it out.
Back. I will yield the floor. So this has been our Emperial Royal Annals for the ECMYE-IRKR for 1 October 2023, ending at 2031 EST. We want to thank everybody for coming out. We want to thank our Imperial Majesty for spending his time with us, for enlightening us, dropping knowledge on us. We appreciate you, Protector.
Gotta get you ready, bro. Gotta ship the road.
Want to thank everybody in the backdrop, all the participants that helped put this together. Again, our Princess Huhaika, thank you. And with that said, Salam Alaikum Magic family, and may the dweller be with you all, divine beings, and continue to be with us, and may you continue to be a universal dweller, Emperor, Samhu, and many Ray, quote, at De Lo Yi, end quote. Yeesh. Smiley face.
Yes.
Smiley face.
You know, I'm messing with you, right? You know I'm messing with you, right? You ready?
I'm listening.
A dweller, colon, universal traveler, Emperor. Somebody got echo. Y'all got it. Remember, it's by way of a universal traveler, colon, dweller, Emperor, colon. You said universal dweller. That's straight up, but we cool. You don't mess with you.
My bad.
That's cool.
Traveler, Yeah.
That's right. Okay, we got we have millions of universe travelers, dwellers. But you see, as a dweller, my bloodline, where I come from, that's why you see me say dweller Emperor. I'm the only one. That's where I come from. So that's my bloodline, immortal. So I'm the immortal cats. It's funny to me. So that's why you see my title. I wouldn't have it. I wouldn't have it out there if I can't stand on it. Because I ain't no, you see I'm real and real. You feel me? You know, you see me, I'm docked at the UN. I'm docked at the State Department. I'm docked every damn word. You feel me? So this cat come on, he's like, come on, man. You feel me? Ain't got to prove you or nothing. You don't exist to me. You feel me? So instead of you just getting on the ship, letting your ego go to run this ship, you won't come in like you got some status. Oh, what I got? Come on, man. So like I said, all my enemies ain't here. So that's me. It's how it says. And you see, and I put that on the world scene. You see me? It ain't no joke. I am a universe traveler. Colon, dweller, Emperor. That's my bloodline. That's my coat of arms. See right on the right? Dweller, Emperor. Look down on the corner. That's my coat of arms. That's who I am. That's where my bloodline come from. That's why you see it on my title. And I'm Sam Hu, a many Ray, quote, a De Lo Yi, end quote. On the real scene, on the world scene, on the international scene, and on the damn universal scene. So let's move. We cool? And I'll let y'all know we're gonna keep this thing rolling, finish this thing. It'll be soon, but probably a day or two. I got to get it over with so I can move. I got things to do. I got places to be. So I got to get this over with. Okay, so let's dance. All right. So y'all chill for a couple hours. Let us travel a little bit, have some fun at the beach, and then we'll let you know, and then we're gonna get back on here. We're gonna dance a little bit. We cool?
Cool.
Yeah, be cool, Emperor.
Oh yes.
Be cool for church.
Thank you, Emperor. Appreciate you.
All right. Salam alaikum, magic.
Salam alaikum.
Salam alaikum magic.
Salam alaikum with magic.
Salam alaikum with magic, Emperor. And normal family. Rest well. Looking forward to hearing from you next time.
Salam alaikum with magic.
Thank you for your presence.
Salam alaikum with magic. Sudar, you can close your screen and we're going to sign off.